the Fan.
Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
And here we go on a Wednesday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on the Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer Mark the Shark. General, we've navigated our way to Wednesday. Coaster Bob Day for some, First Friday Miracle for others. What's going on, man? Good to talk to you.
Oh, it's great to talk to you, Beam. Excited to be in here.
Oh, yeah.
On this weekend, Wednesday, the first day of May.
How about that?
Yeah, how was your last day of April?
It was pretty good. Yeah, pretty good, man. Can't really complain about it. Meredith's taken, what is she? I don't know. She's taken some, like, computer programming class at Bowling Green. Like
You sound really engaged.
Well, I mean, so I don't really understand computer programming. I mean, I understand continuing ed for teachers. Like, I understand that. So she's taking like a computer programming class. So she gets home.
The files are in the computer.
That's all you need to know. And she's like, I'm going to be running Velociraptor or I don't know, Python or whatever their like operating system is learning how to do. Like there's like Java.
You think it's called Velociraptor?
It's called Python. I know that it's called Python. But I mean, there's all these different like operating systems, right? Like JavaScript and just all those different kinds of things. Yeah. So she's excited about that. And so she gets home yesterday, like around like 3:35, 3:40. Got a Zoom call at 3:45 for like the beginning of this class or whatever. So I'm like, all right, I'll hang out with the boy, hang out with the dog. As soon as Meredith gets home, William is super excited to see her. So is Theo. Theo just barges right over William, knocks him down. He bonks his head. So I'm like, I'm dealing with the dog who knocked over a little baby. Or not really a baby. I guess he's a toddler now. He can fend for himself. Dealing with a screaming baby. And then mom's like, well, I got to go. I got to do the Zoom call. I'm like, you're just threw me to the wolves. I've been with these two animals all day and just threw me right to the wolves. So I'm like, already it was at like DEFCON 6 by the time that she had got home. We rallied the troops. We went on a walk, just the three of us. Had Theo on a real tight leash. William was all good. He was looking at the trees and everything. So that's how like my afternoon started. Up until that point, it was pretty good. And then she was like, you know what? Assess the situation. Let's figure this out. I'm going to take William to the softball game, and I'm going to give you and Theo about an hour at home by yourselves. I'm like, okay. It's
nice.
Decompression hour. So then in that time, I just mowed the grass and did some yard work. So that was pretty good. I felt pretty accomplished getting through a nice little Tuesday. It's beautiful, beautiful day. My allergies are just ripping through the allergies.
Nice. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I've had a lot of friends. I've had eyes are just burning.
Yeah.
Not feeling good. Quite frankly, I felt pretty great. It's nice outside. It's warm outside. I had another lacrosse game last night for McLean. It's great. She played Dublin Eversole, which is AJ's daughter's son.
Okay,
so
nice.
It was nice. Yeah. Got to see them. Had a little dinner after the game. Got to catch up. Late dinner. Gosh, got home at like 9:45 with the kids. It was not ideal, but you know what? Got a chance to spend some time with friends, which was good. But a nice little Tuesday, busy day. Mm-hmm. Another round of XM and had some meetings and some everything else.
I was in the studio yesterday.
It was cold. It's really cold. I didn't get my YouTube TV pulled up on the monitor, so that was all right. And I was happy because I had the password saved in my computer, so I was able to pull it out, put it up on the little monitor in there, and feeling good about life, so I wasn't just trapped in a box in a glass case of emotion. Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty good. Enjoyed it, Beam. So not bad. And a big Wednesday here. Hopefully get some more nice weather moving forward. I mean, because it's been so tremendous.
Pretty cool out this morning. It felt pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it was drop dead gorgeous out yesterday. Yeah, so the weather for the rest of the week. Today, I think, is going to be like nice and cool, for at least for the morning. I mean, it's going to get up to 80 degrees again. San Diego, the Midwest, kind of what we're rolling with here. Friday is going to be a nice little 86, 85. We're going to have some evening thunderstorms. Yeah, it's supposed to rain all weekend. That's not going to be a good situation. But, hey, we'll just see what happens. It's like showing 50%, so there's 50% chance also that it's not going to rain. That's good.
Yeah, I'd like 70% sun. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We got an awesome show lined up for you here this morning. Couple of last-minute transfer portal entries for Ohio State yesterday. So we'll get into that coming up here in our next segment. Lindsay Patterson from down in the Queen City from WKRQ, and it's Always Game Day in Cincinnati. She's going to join us at 6:35. We'll recap a little bit of the Bengals draft. Massive 7 o'clock hour coming up here. We got some Browns Stadium news to go over. We'll get into that in the 7 o'clock hour. And then Buckeye Lathan Ransom, he's going to join us in studio for a couple of segments. So that'll be cool to get to check in with him. We did that with Cody Simon about a month ago or so. That was awesome to get him in here. And I know that Lathan wants to get into like sports media as well. So it'll be cool from him. We'll let him shred his hot takes on the airwaves, whatever he wants to get into. So Lathan's going to join us in studio around 7:15. Like I said, he's going to hang out with a couple segments with us a little bit later on, about an hour and so away from right now. And then Berm, he's going to join the program and we'll recap all of the transfer window 2.0 for the Buckeyes coming up at 8:35. So a whole lot to get to today, but before we get into anything else, it is Wednesday, the first day of May in 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Robert, what you got lined up for us this morning, buddy?
Oh, we've got a nice, big, and robust May 1st. A lot of great things going on today.
May Day.
It's going to be May, the first day of the month, 122nd day of the year, 244 days rather, remaining in this 2024. This date, 1486, Christopher Columbus presents his plans. It was a pitch to sail west to reach the Indies, the East Indies, to the Spanish Queen Isabella I. Obviously, you know, it took a little bit of time for him to get that plan. That was 86, didn't sail until 1492. This date, 1776, the Illuminati is founded.
Oh.
In Upper Bavaria. They believe they were the driving force behind the French Revolution and a lot of other things. You know, it's the secret society of men.
That's right. Still pulling the strings today.
Oh, yeah. It's like the Skulls, but to a higher degree.
Yeah.
Made that reference yesterday on Full Ride with Tony.
Are you talking about the movie that came out like in the late 90s, early 2000s?
The Skulls, yeah.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
Joshua Jackson.
And they duel at the end.
Yeah.
That's a nice duel.
Oh, absolutely. It was a duel for Don.
Yeah.
Shark, maybe we'll have another one of those.
I really liked that movie. It was a pretty solid one. I haven't seen it in years.
It was good. Joshua Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was good. I went and saw it with a bunch of buddies in high school.
It came out in 2000.
Yeah, I was a sophomore in high school in the spring. Goodness, this date, 1886, rallies are held throughout the U.S. to support the 8-hour work week, Beam. Trying to get some regulations around that.
Work week or work day?
Or 8-hour work day. I apologize.
The 8-hour work week sounds awesome.
It does. That's a real European deal right there. This date, 1898, during the Spanish-American War. U.S. engaging with the Spaniards in the Pacific. U.S. destroys the entire Spanish Pacific Fleet. All 7 vessels. U.S. losses, 0.
How about that?
Yeah, that was a
blowout.
It was, man. It was a clean sweep, man. Get out the brooms. It's a mess. This date, 1915, the RMS Lusitania departs New York City. That was its final voyage, Beam. Never made it over.
Nope.
Helped kick off the start of World War I. This date, 1931, the Empire State Building is dedicated in New York City. One time was the tallest building in the world. 1940, on this date, the Summer Olympics are canceled due to the start of World War II. So 36 were the last ones where Jesse Owens dominated. The polio vaccine is made available to the public on this date in 1956.
Big time ball right there.
It was nice. 1970, Diana Ross leaves the Supremes for her solo career. One of the great ones. And then on this date, 1991, the biggest thief of all time, Ricky Henderson steals his 939th base to make him the most all time.
Ricky goes, a pitch taken, he's going to have it. He does. Ricky Henderson, no contest, steals third base, jerks the bag from its moorings, and holds it aloft, representing number 939. Ricky pounds it with his left fist, hands it to equipment manager Frank Sinchek, who gives him a big hug.
And Lou Brock probably the happiest guy on the field right now. He can finally make his speech, pass over the record to Ricky, and go about his business.
How about this? The fact that, what a flex shark, didn't even steal second, stole third for the record. I mean, the only thing better would have been stealing home.
That's right.
I mean, what a hard flex. How many did he have all time, Shark?
1,406.
I mean,
so he broke the record at 939 and then had almost 500 more.
Guy's unbelievable. Unbelievably impressive.
That is a record that will never be touched in Major League Baseball.
Nobody steals like that anymore. And then this date, 1999, 75 years, Beam, after disappearing, the body of British climber George Mallory is found and discovered on Mount Everest. It was sealed up pretty good, they said, by the cold. They had him freeze-packed.
Yeah.
Some birthdays today, 1864, Anna Jarvis, the founder of Mother's Day. Chuck Bednarik was born on this day, 1925, the longtime NFL player. I believe he played at Penn, two-time NFL champ with the Rams and Eagles, Hall of Famer, award named after him for college football, one of the best defensive players. Joseph Heller, born in 1922, wrote Catch-22, if you will. And then Tim McGraw, turning 57, country singer and actor.
What's the problem? Get off the field, Dad.
Yes.
Why can't you hold on to the football?
I'm sorry.
All you got to do is hold on to the football, and you can't do it. Tell me why you can't do it. I'll try better next time. Come on. Hey. Don't you walk away from me. Don't you walk away from me when I'm talking to you. You hear me? Tell me why you can't hold on to the ball.
Enough.
Come on, Mr. Billy. Answer a question. First day of practice, Mr. Billy. Hold on.
Seriously.
Mr. Billy.
Enough. Charlie. Okay.
Embarrassing me out here.
Okay.
You ain't got to worry about holding on to the ball, man.
Why's that?
Because you ain't going to get the ball. I don't care if your daddy is over there crying.
I mean, listen.
He's a great
If we only had more
movie.
parents like Tim McGraw's character in Friday Night Lights, forget blaming the coaches and everyone else.
You touch this.
I mean, that's one of the great characters I love. Tim McGraw.
I won state back in my day.
Exactly. Kicks the back window out, throws his ring out the window.
How about Booby Miles throwing barbs, too, right there? Don't worry about it. You're not even going to touch the ball. Loser.
Gosh, unbelievable. Senior.
Great movie. Great movie.
Really good. Even better TV show, Great Buck.
Yeah.
Curtis Martin turning 51 years young today. Pats and Jets running back Hall of Famer. Wes Welker turning 42, longtime NFLer as well. And Bradley Roby, currently a free agent, played about a decade in the NFL. Former Buckeye, turning 32 years young today.
Shieldhouse eyeing the defense, gets the snap, drops behind the 50 to pass. Shieldhouse looking, throws left side. Intercepted. Bradley Roby with the ball. Down the right side to Illinois' 40, to the 30 of the Illini, middle of the field to the 20, to the 10, and into the end zone goes Bradley Roby. His 5th career touchdown on his 2nd pick of the year. And on a pass that was deflected into the air, Bradley Roby was able to gather it and run 56 yards to the end zone.
You know who Shieldhouse played for, Beam?
Illinois.
Good job. I'm impressed with you. Good job on that.
I
You and Bradley Roby are about contemporaries, though. So
yeah. I'm trying to think. 2013. Yeah, I would have been doing that game for student broadcast.
Drunk.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Was that game at Illinois? 2013? I think it was at Illinois.
Yeah,
we left that morning.
Yeah, there was no cheering.
It was a noon game or a 3 o'clock game. It was a disgusting gray day up in the Champagne Room. I think that's when Carlos Hyde was just going nuts.
Of course.
Guapo called him a man-child on our student radio broadcast, and because everyone was just lacking sleep, we were all delusional by that point.
Nice. Yeah. Some passings. Passing on this date, 1968. The trophy for the NFL or NHL Coach of the Year now bears his name. 36-year run with the Red Wings. Jack, I like to call him Patch Adams. Torque won a couple of those guys. And then unfortunately the passing last year, 1 year ago today, Gordon Lightfoot. Real toe tapper. Yep. The wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Some holidays and observances today, Beam. Oh my gosh. It's Batman Day. It is May Day. It is Executive Coaching Day, Frequent Flyer Day, Global Love Day. How about that? American Grump Out, Sunflower Seed Day, International Worker Day, Law Day, Loyalty Day, Mother Goose Day. Oh, goodness, so many. National Chocolate Parfait Day. That sounds tremendous. Heat Stroke Prevention Day. It's getting hot. Oh, goodness. Homeowners Day, New Homeowners Day, Phone In Sick Day, probably because you want to go out and hang out. Save the Rhino Day, School Principals Day, Silver Star Service Banner Day, Therapeutic Massage Awareness Day, and Worthy Wage Day. Even those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date. May Day, May 1st, the 122nd day of the year and 244 days remaining in this 2024.
Very well done on that, General, as always. Few of a last-minute transfer portal entrance from the Buckeyes yesterday. We'll get into that coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we have no crashes to let you know about, but we are seeing busy traffic on 161 in and out of the New Albany area, also on I-71 as you come in from the far south side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here for my friends at RCD RV. And when you want to get away, there is no better solution than hitting the open roads in an RV. Brings me back to my youth out west, under the stars, fresh mountain air. That could all be yours, and your journey starts at RCD RV. RCD has RVs to meet every budget with new campers as low as $13,995, and Ohio's best selection of pre-owned travel trailers, fifth-wheelers, motorhomes. 3 locations to serve you in Central Ohio or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Save big on fuel with M-Perks. Earn points on your Meijer purchases in-store and online. Then use your points to claim a fuel reward and save up to $1 off per gallon of gas at Meijer. Claim your M-Perks fuel rewards in the Meijer app and ID at the pump to save. Plus, earn points for qualifying Meijer Express purchases and look for exclusive Meijer Express offers. Download the Meijer app to sign up or see Meijer.com to learn more. 10 cents to $1 off per gallon based on points earned. Exclusions apply. Not valid in Wisconsin. Max 30 gallons.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game, and weight loss too. That's right, Affinity, they can help you lose weight and help alleviate the symptoms that come with low testosterone. They customize a plan directly to you. They offer semi-glutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments. So you can say goodbye to low energy and low libido and say hey to weight loss and muscle gains. Summertime is here, pool season, go shirtless and feel great about it. So check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
The standing room only, with all eyes on the 18th green.
There was some speed to this.
The sudden roars.
Gauged it just right.
That Sunday celebration.
From Oslo to Ohio, Victor Hovland is the champion.
It's better live. Join us at the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday, June 3rd through 9th. Visit memorialtickets.com today.
Rothman and Ice.
We've learned about this in the NFL now. You just keep swinging at quarterback. If it costs you a lot of money to admit a mistake or try to make a mistake go away, you do it.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every goal, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a game-winning goal in the final seconds of OT or a shot on goal in the first period.
Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be present in Ohio. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. I've been talking about High Bank whiskey for a while now, and I'm not alone. Last year, the Whiskey War line from High Bank Distillery Co. won Best Blended Whiskey in America for the 3rd year in a row at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. That's the largest, most prestigious spirits competition in the world, and we've got it right here in Columbus, Ohio. So the next time you're looking for a pour of the good stuff, stop by your local liquor store to grab a bottle, or stop in at their 2 restaurant locations in Gahanna and Grandview. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Get ready for a sunny Wednesday with temperatures back to the 80s this afternoon after a cool start to the day with temperatures in the 40s and 50s this morning. 80s coming back by Thursday afternoon. Clouds will increase throughout the day Thursday, along with a small rain chance by the end of the day. Better rain chances Friday as temperatures start to cool into the weekend. I'm Doppler 10 meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Bobby played football for Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Beamer played football for a drunk named Joe who worked at the gas station. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Rolling along here, a little Wednesday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here in our next segment around 6:35, Lindsay Patterson. She's going to join the program. We're going to talk some Cincinnati Bearcats. I guess we could talk them too. Cincinnati Bengals coming up with Lindsay Patterson around 6:35. Then an hour from right now, Lathan Ransom, Buckeye. He's going to stop by in the studio with us and hang out. So that'll be cool. Very excited about that, which would be good. Some late additions to the transfer portal last night, Bob. And, I mean, we kind of figured there may be one or two more guys to get in at the 11th hour. So you had a total of 3 of them yesterday that announced that they were going to enter the portal here. So brings your grand total up to 6.
And now it's done.
It ended 6 hours and 22 minutes ago.
I wish we had Berm on so I could say. His number was 7. Took the over.
Well, good news for you. We do have Berm on at 8:35.
Perfect. I love a good surprise.
We got the Berminator coming up here a couple hours from right now. So you can yell at him all that you want. Over under 6.5.
Good thing Lathan didn't get in the transfer portal.
Yeah, that would have been a bit interesting.
We could have talked about it with him. Lathan Ransom coming up at 7:15.
Yeah.
So.
Hour away from right now.
A big 7 o'clock hour. Tune in. If you miss it, you can listen to it on the podcast.
Yeah, anywhere you get your podcast from. So the way that they came in yesterday in order, Enoch Vamahi has played his final snap for Ohio State. Originally 4-star prospect out of Hawaii, was the number 5 offensive guard and 119th overall prospect in the 2019 class. Now, he appeared in 35 games, made a couple of starts for the Buckeyes, and it was just a situation I feel like, and this is maybe the situation for all these guys. I don't know. I don't want to speak on something that's not true, but it's the pinch, right? We talk about the pinch. Enoch going into his last year here at Ohio State.
They're talking about we've been talking about getting the right side of the line figured out.
Yeah.
And his name really hasn't been in that conversation.
Right.
And he's going into his 4th year here? Fifth, yeah.
Fifth.
I mean, so it's a function of hey, there's a place for him to play, but it's probably just not here. And I wish Enoch the best moving forward. He's a great guy, great locker room dude. Works pretty hard. It just didn't work out, and that's okay. So he gets to move forward.
Also announced yesterday, linebacker Nigel Porter. So Nigel Porter has an interesting kind of history. Again, he committed to Ohio State after the scandal broke loose at Northwestern. He transferred to Ohio State last year in the summer.
Yeah, because when you lose your coach, it opens up again, and so they lost their coach during camp, basically.
Yeah, like right at the beginning of the season, right before camp opened. What was that, like after, like middle of July, end of July, like right before the season
I remember
started.
The first time I really saw Nigel was at training camp.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he got here much before that. So he transferred in. They wanted some depth at linebacker, hoping to develop him. He was the highest ranking player in Northwestern's recruiting class his year coming in.
Yeah.
Good frame, and you thought he was going to have a chance. Just never really was able to break on through. And like I said, when we were talking about guys playing, you start looking, we were talking about Gabe. We were talking about Sonny, obviously. Talking about C.J. Hicks.
Cody,
playing. Arvell Reese. Like, those were kind of the 5 guys that I believe that we were kind of talking about. And he wasn't in that group. So you start asking yourselves, okay, and Arvell Reese being pretty young, CJ and Gabe being a little older but playing pretty well, Sonny moving into the position, and Cody being like the veteran guy of the group. Like, where do you really fit in there?
Right.
You've got 2.5 positions, we'll call it, because you play mostly 2 linebackers, a little bit of 3. And so, where do you fit?
Right.
That's the question. Where do you fit in?
I think that's the great question, right? And again, I mean, that's been common theme throughout all this transfer portal talk, is that where do you fit? You're kind of getting pinched. And the final one last night, like, decently late last night, the closest to the portal closing. This came down around, 8:30, I think. So there was only a few more hours to go, is that Buckeye wide receiver Keon Gray's enter the transfer portal as well. So, I mean, we talked about the right side of the offensive line, Enoch Vamahi not being mentioned. We talked about the linebacker room and Gabe Powers and CJ Hicks and Arvell Reese, kind of the next guys up into that room after Cody being the veteran and then Sonny making the transition down there. Like, where does Nigel fit in that? And then Keon Gray's number 88 overall prospect in the 2022 class. You look at that wide receiver room, and we know the wide receiver room and the standard that Brian Hartline has set in that room. And if you have guys, Bob, and that recruiting pace isn't going to slow down for Brian Hartline. And if you look around the room and say to yourself, okay, this might be tough for me to crack the lineup here, then all of a sudden I got to go somewhere else. And I found it to be interesting too, because Keon Gray's, I thought in the spring game, man, he was out there a lot. Like he played I think he played the most snaps of any wide receiver on the field. So I don't know what was going on, but maybe he just looked and said, you know what, I'm not exactly sure what my future is going to hold here. We got guys coming in left and right after me. I know that they're good. If they're the same caliber, then maybe I got to go somewhere else. That one to me, I think, was the most surprising out of Nigel and then Enoch. But that one yesterday was the most surprising. But again, it's just a situation, and you have to realize, like, okay, if you're going to forecast playing time, maybe it's going to be tough for you to see the football field.
And, we talk about all those different guys, Jeremiah Smith, everybody's talking about him. You talk about Carnell Tate, Brandon Ennis, some of these younger guys that have played well. Rogers had a good spring, and I really like Keon.
After coming back from the transfer portal.
And listen, Keon can still return.
Yeah.
I like Keon. I thought he was working pretty hard in the weight room. He's getting some things done. He had an up and down spring, but I thought played okay. I was hoping that he would make that push and make some of those flash plays, and I just never really saw the big impact plays that you were hoping out of a guy that was recruited as high as he was. And Brian Hartline, that room's insanely competitive, and everybody knows it. And so you're going to have departure when you bring in, 4 wide receivers a year, and they're all top 100 guys.
Yeah.
Not all of them are going to be able to fit, and that doesn't mean Keon will probably go somewhere and have a really nice college career.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good kid. I really enjoy him. He started to work. He started to kind of figure it out, and you felt like he was about to take that step. But I understand why this happened. You want more depth in the room, but I thought it was a pretty good. I don't think this is a death blow by any stretch. All 3 of these guys, it's all kind of understandable.
You start to look, too, at that 2022 class, Bob, in which Keon Gray's came in and was the highest rated wide receiver in the room. Caleb Burton gone out of that room. And then Caleb Brown also gone. It only leaves Kojo Antwi from that 2022 class in the wide receiver room as the lone man standing from that recruiting class still in the building.
Yeah, and so that's
Lone Ranger.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, they're all highly recruited guys too.
Caden Curry was, or not Caden Curry, Kojo Antwi was the lowest rated receiver in that room, and he ranked 115th nationally, 19th best receiver in the country, and was a high 4-star prospect.
Yeah, Kojo's a big dude. They're all different guys. You bring them in, and then all of a sudden you saw Brandon Ennis, and Keon plays mostly in the slot, and so you see him kind of overtaking him, but Meck's still here. He's probably moving inside a little bit more. Obviously, we talk about JJ and Jeremiah Smith and what he's done, and gosh, he's going to be out there a lot. Carnell Tate, flashed. I mean, there's only so many spots.
Yeah.
And so I get it. In the past, these guys would stay, grind, and you know what? Maybe another year or two they play. But they want to go somewhere else and have a chance to play earlier. And this opens up scholarships to bring in more guys. And they're bringing another big class next year. So it's tough. I get it.
Lindsay Patterson from down in the Queen City. She's going to join the program. We'll talk some Bengals draft with her next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now on your Wednesday, we're not tracking any major crashes or closures to let you know about. 161 in the New Albany area is starting to pick up. Also seeing busy traffic on I-70 as you come into downtown Columbus. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan traffic.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and the hoops action is heating up, and Tipico Sportsbook is the best place to bet on the playoff action. Enjoy the most rewarding sportsbook with the hottest promos. Bet on select games. Earn a bet credit for each three-pointer made. Continue to rack up the rewards with the highest cash back in the industry with up to 5% cash back on your bets. Sign up now. Enter the promo code TheFan100 to get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $25. Download the Tipico Sportsbook app today. That's promo code TheFan100. Must be 21 or older, physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tropical Smoothie Cafe here with your daily reminder to get on Tropic Time. Take 10. Sip a refreshing smoothie and manifest that you're a cabana side. Slade hot yoga? Treat yourself. Crushed back-to-back meetings? Get that me time. Adulted a little extra today? You deserve a vacay. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Self-care alert, new Tropic Bowls are here. Try one of our 4 flavors like our new acai bowl. Your vacay is a Tropic Bowl away.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spending the money to replace our home's windows is rarely something we get excited about. We usually do it because our energy bills suck or our current windows, well, they're too messed up. But in working with the local Pella Columbus team, my eyes have been opened. New windows can legitimately change the entire look of your home. They've got windows and colors and styles like I've never seen, and they can change everything. So go see my friends at PellaColumbus.com or check them out at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Ohio Mulch Landscape Supply.
Hi, this is Ron Frost with Ohio Mulch, and here's to Ohio Mulch celebrating 40 years of making the community a greener and more beautiful place, one garden at a time. Don't miss out on the opportunities to elevate your outdoor space and to be part of a journey towards the next 40 successful years. Check out our promotions online at OhioMulch.com.
Ohio Mulch Landscape Supply. Greener, greener, better.
Tita Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, we'll chat with Memorial Tournament honoree, World Golf Hall of Famer Julie Inkster, plus some tech talk with Rod Cook from Titleist.
Tita Green with Skip Mosick, presented by X-Golf. Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan.
Hey there, friends. Bo here. You planning that summer vacation? Skip the long lines in the crowded cities. Get away in an RV from my friends at RCD RV. Summer nights will soon be calling, and RCD RV is here to take your camping experience to the next level. They provide the best brands, the best service, awesome after-sales support. They are family-owned and operated in Central Ohio for over 50 years. You will feel it the second you walk on one of their lots. Over 650 new and pre-owned RVs in stock. 3 locations to serve you in Central Ohio or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
It's child's play to donate your car, truck, RV, or boat to Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Ohio. They'll pick it up free of charge, steer you through the paperwork, and a hefty tax deduction rolls your way as you help provide a home away from home for families of seriously ill, hospitalized children. For more information about donating your vehicle to Ronald McDonald House Charities, visit rmhc-centralohio.org or call 614-CARS-HELP. That's 614-CARS-HELP.
Hi, this is ESPN's Mike Greenberg, and ESPN Bet is ready to take you through all the biggest sports moments this spring. The official sports book of ESPN has exclusive offers and markets from Scott Van Pelt, Stephen A. Smith, and me. From the playoff intensity to finally getting out to the ballpark, there's no better time for sports fans. Sign up today, and new users get $100 in bonus bets for making any sportsbook bet. Download ESPN Bet today. What a play.
Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Something amazing is happening in education. Students are inspired and engaged. That's because school districts consulted with CDW, who designed modern classroom solutions with pre-configured HP devices, making learning more accessible, secure, and immersive. Now when students study topics like elephants, it feels like elephants are there with them. HP and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/HPPSG.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Beamer is tweeting about Formula One. Oh, hells yes. Bobby is tweeting Rick Springfield concert video. Both are a cry for help.
This is one twisted mother.
This is Morning Juice.
Wednesday edition of the program. Brandon V, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Right now, we're going to head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, checking with our good friend from down in the Queen City from WKRQ. It's always game day in Cincinnati. She is Lindsay Patterson. Linz, thanks so much for the time. Coming off the draft, everybody feels like, you know what, we got an opportunity, a chance ahead of us. Super Bowl on the horizon, probably a little more realistic for the Bengals than it is some other franchises across the league. But just a recap of the draft, Linz, coming out of that. Thought Detroit did a pretty good job up there hosting that, and I know the Bengals fans are excited coming out of it.
Yeah, definitely. The Cincinnati Bengals had 10 picks. They used every pick. They were able to get needs and, just different position groups and some added weapons for Joe Burrow. And I thought overall they had a pretty good draft. And some, if they hit and they're healthy, they could be home runs in the future for the club. All
right, so first overall, well, they're not first overall, but the 18th pick in the first round, Bengals go with Amarius Mims out of Georgia. Now, he is a pretty unbelievable specimen. I mean, he's 6'8", 340 pounds. I forget which Bengal offensive lineman was talking about it the other day, like calling him the Cincinnati Skyline. I even thought it was a pretty good nickname that he's already got there. But the potential is through the roof on Amarius Mims. Where do you kind of see him slotting in during his rookie campaign?
Yeah, for him, he gets a little bit of the benefit of not needing to go out there right away. They're going to have Trent Brown. He has a one-year deal right now, and he's going to be the right tackle for the Cincinnati Bengals this year. Well, the thing about Trent Brown is he hasn't finished a full season in a little while. He's dealt with injuries in the past too, so you don't know how many games you're going to get out of him this year. But if you get 10, 11, 12 games, that's huge for Amarius because, he gets that time to be with Orlando Brown Jr., Trent Brown, two vets on the offensive line, and not needing to start right away. So I think that's going to be extremely helpful. I do think we will see Mims this year. I mean, it could be a point in the season where he steps in and maybe Trent Brown's out for a game or two, and he finishes out his rookie year just being the right tackle for this team. And that's the goal. You hope this guy works out because it's been a revolving door for the last few years at right tackle. And you finally need somebody who's going to be there consistently year after year.
Is this basically solidifying T. Higgins is going to be here this season?
Oh, yeah. It's the future after this year to be determined. But T. Higgins will play for the Cincinnati Bengals in 2024. I'm actually just ready for the season to start because of that conversation. It's been happening all off season. But yeah, I mean, I know he had his camp a couple weeks ago, and he mentioned probably going to be playing for the Bengals this year. And he'll get $21 million. I don't think an extension will happen between now and training camp, but, there's a possibility, I guess you could say, of the double tag, but I'll just guarantee the 2024 season now.
Yeah, that double tag gets expensive, too, in a hurry. So for an organization that was, I think I was reading something from the Inquirer, Lindsay, that unwilling to give him a long-term contract extension over the $20 million a year mark, and that's something that he wants, and he's going to get that in free agency, but the Bengals unwilling to do it. And if you tag him like they did this year, I mean, that's going to be 21, and then that'll jump up to like 25 or 26, so $47 million over 2 years or whatever it be. Like, I'm not necessarily sure if that's in the Bengals' interest to do that. Best of luck on the open market. But did you find it surprising that, the two, and this will be the last T. Higgins question that we ask you today. Did you find it surprising that, they weren't even close to the negotiating terms on the contract?
I mean, you're hearing one side, the agent, the story. The Bengals aren't going to say too much. So, who knows what happened behind the scenes when it comes to the number and things like that. They can say, his agency wants him to get more money, and they're doing their job right now. But for the Cincinnati Bengals, we just don't know. We don't know what the number was. I mean, they're willing to give him $21 million this year. If they weren't able to get over the $20 million a year, annually for him in his wide receiver contract. You just never know what the number is and, where it started out. But yeah, for them, I truly believe that there's a team in the NFL that will give him a lot of guarantees. You look at the wide receivers on other teams, even Calvin Ridley this past year was able to get a bag. I think he will get that somewhere else on another team. I don't think the Cincinnati Bengals are a wide receiver needy team. They're really good at drafting wide receivers. So they just see Jamar Chase as their number one receiver. They love T. Higgins on the roster, and they'll be able to have him for one more year. They'll see what happens. But I think that's probably going to be it for him in Bengal stripes.
Chris Jenkins, how excited are they about that pick? Because I think Lindsay was really one of the steals. He played against his dad and uncle, very, very talented players. And I thought him sliding into the middle of the second round, I mean, that's a pretty nice pickup there at a position of need and a position they got a great value at.
Yeah, there's a lot of things about him right now that I absolutely love. Number one is his personality. I think he's going to bring a lot to the defense. And just being a rookie, he can make a huge impact with that defensive line. And, it's just what they needed. It was a need. If they weren't going to get it at 18, I know a lot of people look to Byron Murphy II. Are they going to get Johnny Newton? Chris could be an opportunity in the second round. And they were able to get him. And I think that was absolutely huge for them. They stayed put in the second round. And what he's going to be able to bring on their defensive tackle room is going to be absolutely huge and needed for this club right now. Is a weakness for them in a lot of different areas last year, and having that is going to be huge. We'll see his impact more than likely in his rookie year, and I'm looking forward to it. And hopefully, he's a piece that hits for this club on the defensive side of the ball.
She is Lindsay Patterson with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Jermaine Burton as well. I mean, that's easy glider, right? I mean, you see him play down at Alabama. It's like, whoa, that guy's got some speed on him. And I would imagine kind of, Linz, with this situation going on with the receiver room, that we're going to see Jermaine Burton a good amount in his rookie campaign with Joey B throwing him the football.
Yeah, for Jermaine Burton, I think a lot of people were surprised. Any Bengals insiders or anybody who watches the NFL Draft for the Cincinnati Bengals, they just said, hey, I stopped watching his tape. I didn't think that the Bengals would take him. Obviously, he had some current concerns that a lot of people had him dropping off the board, and I know that they were still high on him as far as wide receiver talent. I heard some of the PFF guys say he was their wide receiver 4 in this NFL Draft class. Zach Taylor was extremely happy when he was available for them, and a guy who they needed another wide receiver. You have Yossi Vosh, you have Charlie Jones from last year. They're going into year 2. Trenton Irwin, Tyler Boyd is gone. So having a guy like Jermaine Burton, he can step up and be a wide receiver 3, and I think we're going to see that impact in his rookie year. I don't know if he's going to have a 1,000-yard season or anything like that, but just having that opportunity to be a wide receiver 3, and you still get that goal of maybe you move up to wide receiver 2 in 2025 if they don't go another wide receiver in next year's draft. But I'm looking forward to him. Added speed, somebody down the field for Joe Burrow, and look, he loves those weapons, and this is a pass-heavy team. So I'm excited to see what he's able to do in his rookie year, and I do think he'll be the 3rd wide receiver on this team going into next year.
Is everything quieted down, Linz, on the Hendrickson front? I mean, is that going to be an issue moving forward, or do you think that's more or less resolved?
Say they're meeting this week, so maybe they're able to have more conversations. Trey Hendrickson did go to Zach Taylor before the trade request came out and just told him his feelings and how he was feeling about everything. The thing is, signed a contract 9 months ago, and the Bengals, I felt like they were a little ahead of it because they did add that extra year on, and they got a really good deal out of it after his 8-sack season. He obviously had an insane season, one of the best defensive players on the team, 17.5 sacks last year. Yes, he is underpaid at his position group. That is 100%. But I think the Cincinnati Bengals, they, on their end, they thought, hey, we got ahead of it. We gave you that extra year. Probably shouldn't have signed the contract extension last year, but he did. Maybe they decided to add a few more, a couple million extra on the deal and extend it another year. But I see Trey Hendrickson still being a huge part of this defense next year and again, playing for the Cincinnati Bengals in 2024.
All right, Trey Hendrickson, T. Higgins, Bengals in 2024. Linz, always appreciate the time. Thanks so much for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a great rest of the week. Enjoy LA Mania down there in Cincinnati. We'll check in again soon, all right?
Good to talk to you guys.
There she goes, Lindsay Patterson, WKRQ. It's Always Game Day in Cincinnati with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. One of baseball's star men is out again. That and quick hitters coming up next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, no crashes to let you know about, but we are seeing traffic pick up on I-71 coming into downtown Columbus and on 33 westbound on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
It's our absolute favorite place to go for that live VIP sportsbook experience. 12,000 square feet of sportsbook action. 2 huge walls of TVs, not to mention delicious food and drink. But your experience can be even better if you download the Penn Play app.
Yep, you can get up to $140 in rewards. It's so easy, dummies like us can do it. Got to download the free Penn Play app today and cash in your bonuses. Plus, you never know, and you'll see Man and I lurking around.
I'm lurking. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Save big money on your outdoor project now at Menards. We have everything you need to keep your outdoor power equipment running smooth so you can keep that lawn in tip-top shape or enjoy some time on your boat. Right now, all FVP, lawn and garden, and marine batteries are on sale through May 5th. Check out our entire selection of FVP batteries today and view our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals.
Save big money at Menards.
At the end of every season, a coach evaluates his team. Just like at the end of winter, you should have your roof evaluated. Hi, I'm Bob McElligott for Schottenstein Roofing. Call the expert team at Schottenstein Roofing at 614-321-8888 or go to schottensteinroofing.com to get a free inspection of your roof. And if you need work done on it, don't forget, Schottenstein Roofing has unbeatable value and all of their work is backed for life. That in addition to interest-free financing options. Schottenstein Roofing, a proud partner of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Attention all shoppers, get ready for unbelievable savings at Midwest Vapors. Our shelves are packed with incredible deals and our clearance section is overflowing. From premium cigars to disposables, Midwest Vapors has slashed prices across the board. Don't miss out. Swing by Midwest Vapors today and stock up on your favorites at an incredible price. Midwest Vapors, where quality meets affordability. Visit Midwest Vapors today at 2344 Stringtown Road in Grove City or online at MidwestVaporsOhio.com.
With spring ball behind us, we're officially gearing up for the most anticipated football season ever. Excited, nervous, terrified to your very core? Think of us as your emotional safe space. Always your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Whether you're popping the question or ready to say I do, there's only one true jeweler to shop for your one true love. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. As a true jeweler, we not only have luxury designer collections to meet your bridal needs, but we also have talented in-house designers who can create something truly one of a kind. For more than 75 years, our expert staff has been caring for couples just like you and providing the absolute lowest prices guaranteed. Visit the Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or Easton Town Center. The possibilities are endless.
Did you and your family lose Ohio Medicaid and need health coverage? Check this out. You may be eligible to enroll in a low-cost health plan at healthcare.gov. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov offers quality plans that cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's the land of the free and the home of student drivers ready to back into your new fence at any given time. It's firing up a round of burgers and dogs on your rusty grill with a faulty gas line that engulfs your tool shed in flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're off to a cool start out there this morning with temperatures in the 40s. We'll be up to the 80s by the afternoon. A good amount of sunshine throughout the day today. 80s returning Thursday afternoon. Possibly some rain by late Thursday afternoon and evening, but better rain chances by Friday as temperatures cool heading into the weekend. I'm Doppler 10 meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
just a couple of dudes being guys.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
We here on the Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Schottenstein Roofing. For top quality and a price match guarantee, visit SchottensteinRoofing.com.
How you doing, Sharky?
Oh, terrific, Beamsy. Great day to be alive, as is every day. 25 years ago, 1999, a 30-second commercial during the Super Bowl cost $1.6 million. 20 years ago, it was $2.3 million. 15 years ago, up to $3 million. It was up to $4 million in 2014, 10 years ago for Super Bowl 48. $5.3 million for Super Bowl 53 5 years ago. Now, gentlemen, for the 2025 Super Bowl 59, Fox has the TV broadcast, and Bobby, Fox said it will cost you $7 million if you want to advertise Carpenter Heating and Cooling on a network
30 seconds.
spot. Yeah.
Ooh, that's rough.
What's the local on that, too?
Who knows what the local breakout. It's probably, it's obviously not that, but it's not going to be cheap. So Greg Olsen is not going to be the lead analyst for Fox. It's going to be Tom Brady this year then?
We think. I mean, you're paying him that money. I would imagine that he is going to be the lead guy.
I'm just curious. I haven't heard much about it.
I haven't either.
I mean, we're getting into that summertime where you think they'd start talking about it more.
Well, and we had NFL broadcasting news yesterday, right? Like Jason Kelsing in at ESPN, RG3 out, Phil Sims and Boomer out at ESPN.
Matt Ryan in.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting that kind of news. So if there's going to be some movement with Greg Olsen and Tom Brady, like you would expect to hear that sooner rather than later.
I was just curious if we were going to, if Greg was still doing it, if they were going to try to do a promotional element for the 7th floor crew with third leg Greg and how that was going to G-Reg.
That is one of the...
So they may have $7 million in the bank to really promote him. But, Shark, what do you expect, dude? It is the most widely televised event in our country by $1 million. So...
Up 100 million.
Yes. I'm still trying to figure out the 150 million that don't watch it. I know one of them's Beams, buddy.
Yeah, my neighbor.
Yeah. But outside of him, Jim Trotter, the former Ohio State head coach.
No, Tressman. Is Tressman still the head coach? No, Eric, that was about 12 years ago when that ended. Remember we had Urban Meyer. Oh, yeah, that's right. The guy who's named after the hot dog stand. No, different guy. I said, Ryan Day's the head coach now. He goes, I think I've heard of that. He's got a beard, right? I said, yeah, that's the guy. He's one of the, I guess 100 million people in the country that don't watch the Super Bowl. But again, 7 million.
I think don't watch it. Shark, a lot of those people that are posted up right now at the Ivy League universities protesting for Palestine.
If you wanted a 60-second ad, I think that's going to cost you $14 million.
Yeah, that sounds money well spent.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, charge it to winning, I guess. And to be quite frank with you, the Super Bowl commercials kind of stink nowadays. There's a couple of good ones like sprinkled in there.
Yeah.
But
give me something with some edge.
Yeah, like the Dunkin' commercial this year I thought was really good.
The Dunk Kings?
Yeah.
That was good.
That was money well spent.
Yeah.
But other ones, I'm like...
I like the ones that have it's like a little narrative throughout
Fun
the
and
game.
drama?
Yes, which is what the Dunk Kings was. It was like a series of 2 or 3 throughout the whole time.
Mike Trout is a surefire Baseball Hall of Famer. He was once considered the best player in the major leagues, but that was a long time ago. Trout's career has fizzled, and it's been derailed by one injury after another. In the past 3 seasons, Trout has played in just 36, 119, and 82 games, about 49% of possible games. This season, Trout played in 29 of the first 30 Angels games, but he's going to be out a while. He has a torn meniscus in his left knee and needs surgery. The team didn't give a timeline for his return, but medical experts think, Beam, that best case scenario is roughly 6 weeks.
So before the 2020, and during the 2020 COVID season too, there were only 60 games that were played kind of in that stretch run there when they started in the summertime. I mean, Mike Trout was Mr. Utility Man. He was out there every day, right, Shark? I mean, he was finished second in MVP voting when he didn't win MVP 9 years in a row or something crazy. Did Mike Trout. And then you get to 2021, only played in 36 games. Better year for him in 2022, played 119. but 82 last year. He's got 29 in the bag this year. He's going to miss up to 4 to 6 weeks. I mean, his batting WAR before he got hurt, before we started the injuries, was 10.5, 9, 7.5, 9.5, 10.5, 10, 8. And then since those injuries have dropped him, Bob, 1.8, 6, 2.9, 1.2. Like there has been a significant drop off the cliff from Mike Trout. And I felt bad for him, too. I mean, obviously, he's making a lot of money out there in Los Angeles. They haven't done anything in the playoffs, anything in the postseason. And he was...
Well, you got to get to the postseason
right.
and do something.
And
there.
he had him and Shohei Ohtani on a team, and they just meddled in mediocrity. And I felt bad for him last night. I mean, he's going through some media availability. He's talking about it. He's obviously emotional. Like, he wants to be on the field. He is one of the best players in Major League Baseball, or was when he's healthy. And unfortunately for him, he can't stay on the field, which stinks because there's nothing you can control about that.
You think he's a surefire Hall of Famer, Shark?
Oh, my gosh, yeah. First ballot.
How many MVPs has he won?
He's won 3, and he's finished second 4 times.
Okay.
And then he's got like another 4th place finish. Yeah, he was the best player for close to a decade.
Okay. Well, I was just curious. I mean, I know that his numbers are really good, but like you said, he's been injured a lot lately. And I was curious if he's going to have the totality of numbers you would need, since baseball is such a numbers-driven game.
He had 10 homers this year in 29 games, too. Yeah. Like, he was
off to a really good start.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If he only has 10 homers all season because he's hurt, I mean, do they keep putting those asterisks by every year? Sounds like Grady Sizemore.
Whoa.
That's too
early.
Blow. Too early.
3-time All-Star Grady Sizemore. Man who used to send out photos on social media of his package. I'm not talking about his glove and bat.
I don't remember that story.
You are talking about his bat.
No.
Just a bat of a different kind. Tim talks about that bat all the time.
Yes, he does, Bob. The great Notre Dame football coach, Knute Rockne, died in a plane crash at the age of 43 back in 1931. He was buried in Highland Cemetery in South Bend, but Rockne's grave, along with his wife, son, and grandson's graves, were moved to Cedar Grove Cemetery in South Bend. Why the move 93 years after Newt's death? Well, Bob, surviving family members requested that the bodies be located on Notre Dame's campus.
What the heck?
Apparently, that's going to help the Irish win more football games.
Just bury him in midfield. They bury him in midfield. You know, what are we talking? Why stop there?
Yes.
You know, bury him under touchdown Jesus somewhere over there. Like, what are we talking about? I've always found this, really interesting when people want to have stuff moved. I understand.
Well, we're going to do it with Shark when he doesn't get that plot originally up by the Guardian Stadium.
We'll just exhume him and
when a plot opens up in Cleveland, Shark, we're gonna move you. So if we can't get it done, you got it.
Do we really have to wait till a plot moves? I mean, or we can just
no, you don't have to wait till a plot moves. It's really a lot of acreage
being
there.
Stacked on another dude when you're done? Here's what we could just double stack you.
Here's what I want you to do, Bob. Cremate my body, take the ashes, sneak into Progressive Field, and put those ashes on home plate.
Or I just buy a ticket behind home plate early in the season when there's 5,000 people at a game, and I put the ashes.
Take the ashes and pour some water in them, make a pasty baseball and throw it.
I'll pack them in a balloon, put water in it, and then I'll throw it out on home plate.
Someone just threw it.
And then that'll be the last Indians game I'll ever go to, or Guardians, but it won't matter because it would have probably been the last one anyway.
Someone just threw an ash-filled water balloon at home plate. Made Mark the Shark howl.
Bless you,
Rest
Shark.
in peace. Yeah, that's a crazy story. The Browns could be playing in a new stadium sooner rather than later. Do that in the re-rack.
Bears?
Coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Happy Wednesday to you. Right now, we are not tracking any major crashes or slowdowns to let you know about, but we are seeing traffic pick up in a couple spots, including on I-71, coming in from the far south side into the downtown area. Also on 33 westbound, coming in from Canal Winchester. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
We see it every day. A guy comes into the men's clinic and guess what? The pills quit working, or they're sick of the side effects. And you know what else we see? Guys not confident in their relationship. At Columbus Men's Clinic, we're the leaders in bedroom confidence. Understanding if you even need ED or low T treatment should be the first step. And the next should be choosing the treatment or treatment combination to build your confidence. Our urologist and physician group is offering professional, modern treatments with success rates as high as 92% and decades of experience. Our doctors are not going to send you an email with what might work for most people. We are results-driven. Concierge. You don't pay for medication, it's included, but you invest in the time it takes to get you where you want to be. We've built an experience with discretion that takes the worry out of going to the doctor. In fact, we've normalized it for guys all over Columbus. Come see our friendly team in Columbus and find out why we've been #1 in men's health for years. Get a consultation and low T blood work with results on your first visit for $99. Get your confidence back in the bedroom and beyond. Go to columbusmensclinic.com and book your appointment today. columbusmensclinic.com.
Reggie was a nurse for 16 years.
I had become very burnt out. I wasn't making good money.
Then it happened.
There was an ad for My Computer Career, and it just spoke to me.
My Computer Career was the best decision he ever made.
I could study anywhere from my laptop, and I was working in the first couple weeks of me being in class.
Reggie hit a home run.
The field is teeming with jobs.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
The school is amazing.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Mark. The Shark Cavaliers center Jared Allen sat out last night's Game 5 of the playoff series with bruised ribs. Evan Mobley moved from forward to center and collected 14 points, 13 rebounds, and a key block shot in the final seconds of the Cavaliers' 104-103 victory over the Magic. Cleveland leads 3-2. Game 6 is Friday in Orlando. In baseball, Guardians reliever Hunter Gaddis has blown 3 late-inning leads in the last 3 games. Last night in San Diego, he gave up a walk-off 2-out, 2-run homer to Victor Caratini in the bottom of the 10th as the Astros pulled out a 10-9 victory. In San Diego, the Padres scored 4 times in the 5th to take a 5-0 lead on Cincinnati, and they held on to beat the Reds 6-4. The Sports Center is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Earn a $200 cash bonus at BMI when you open a new free checking account. Visit bmifcu.org/free. Breaking sports news on The Fan.
If you can find a show that's closer to Buckeye football, it would be hosted by Ryan Day. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour number 2 of the program for us on a Wednesday. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Coming up here in our next segment around 7:20 this morning, Lathan Ransom. He's going to join us in studio. He's going to hang out with a couple of segments for us. That'll be pretty awesome. See what he's up to. Post-spring ball, post-transfer portal, all kinds of good stuff.
Discretionary time?
Yeah, sure. What's workouts like with Schlegs? So we're going to get into that with Lathan coming up here in our next segment. He's going to hang out with us, like I said, for a couple of segments. So 7:20 segment and then 7:35 segment. He'll be with us for a good majority of the 7 o'clock hour. So we're pumped about that. Excited to have him in here coming up here in our next segment. And then Berm, he's going to join the program coming up at 8:35. We'll talk more Portal Combat and more Buckeyes with the Berminator around 8:35 this morning.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Sharky, I do believe last night in the city of Cleveland, Ohio, there was indeed a cavalanche. And it was stopped an Orlando Magic Cavalanche. Thank you, Evan Mobley.
Yes. Yeah, Jared Allen got elbowed in the ribs in Game 4.
Out.
Our center. And he had played in 81 straight games, so you knew he wasn't going to miss that unless he was in really bad shape. And he must have been in really bad shape because he didn't play last night, and they moved Evan over from power forward to center. 14 points, 13 rebounds, and a couple block shots, including a big block with 5 seconds left of Franz Wagner, who was either going to have a layup or a dunk. And Mobley came out of, I don't want to say he came out of nowhere, but he came out and blocked that thing cleanly. And Donovan Mitchell made 2 free throws at the other end with 3 seconds left to clinch it.
So just the reverse angle, like the back end, like of the actual camera shot, like on the back side of it, to see Evan Mobley like tracking Franz Wagner was remarkable.
Yeah, how
like,
he didn't foul him is kind of amazing.
And the fact, too, that he was able to get there, cleanly is insane. So to protect that, and then the Cavs go on to win to force a game not to force a game 5. A game 5 is going to be played regardless of the situation. But still, to get a big win in Cleveland was pretty remarkable for them. So they go into game number 6 coming up on Friday with an ability to eliminate the Magic down there. If not, it will be a game 7 back in Cleveland on Sunday. So Cavs up 3-2 in the series right now.
How you feeling, Shark?
Oh, he's feeling great.
Yeah, I feel good. I will put my money on Orlando in Game 6. It's going to be one of those series where the home team, I hope, wins every game. By the way, Paolo Banchero last night, that kid is unbelievable.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he came out after his freshman year, so he's still only probably 21. This is his second NBA season. 39 points last night. Or is Gus Johnson, I couldn't believe Gus Johnson did the national game on
NBA TV.
What was that? Friday.
By the way, what channel were the Cavs on?
He
last
said
night?
he kept calling him Paolo Banchero.
Perfect.
And I was like, Gus, this is the player of the year in college basketball, first team All-American at Duke, first pick in the draft. You've never heard of him?
Yeah.
Finally, somebody in his ear must have told him after the first quarter.
Paolo Banchero.
Man.
He is 21 years old. He'll be 22 in November.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's still, he's
a young lad.
He is pretty remarkable, and he was good last night. 39 points for him. But the Cavs do get it done. Game number 6 coming up on Friday.
Where was that game televised last night?
Well, I watched them all on Bally.
They were on
because
I think
they're
it was
still local.
Well, those are not. They don't have the NBA. There's so many games right now that those aren't all nationally televised.
I think it was an NBA TV game last night.
Is that doesn't count as a nationally televised game? Who gets NBA TV?
I do. I was watching it last night on that.
You get NBA TV, Bob. You don't even know you have it. You have
can't
it.
Find it.
You also have MLB Network.
That sounds. Actually, I asked them to remove that,
Bob, but it's free. I'll pay you to take it off.
I'll pay you to take it off.
So I had a great little sports night last night.
Shark says on the cabarets.
I was watching on the quad box last night. So they were quad boxing the Cavs and the Magic. They were quad boxing the Sixers and the Knicks. And then I had the Hurricanes. And who do they beat? The Islanders. And then I had the Bruins and the Maple Leafs. So I was quad boxing, mixing sports last night, having a pretty good time. I was more invested in the Cavs game. I had the sound on the Cavs game. And then I was just kind of watching everything else. But I thought it was pretty intuitive by them to say, you know what, we're not just quad boxing one sport anymore. It's just going to be a tour de force.
Oh, I love that. I mean, I'd like to quad box like a movie.
Same.
Let me build my own quad box.
Let me build like a bar rescue over here.
Maybe an office in there, whatever it is. I can bounce back and forth.
Love it or list it up over here, and then like the Cavs.
That's what I need. I mean, they're getting close. They're getting close to what you need. It's opening up, Shark. Kristaps Porzingis, he might be out for a number of rounds. So, there's great opportunity here to be able to get some things done.
Well, and the Bucks staved off elimination last night. And then Doc Rivers after the game is saying that Dame and Giannis, they're getting close. So it's like, okay, what does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean for them?
Who knows? This is, it's interesting. It's very interesting. It's starting to wet my beak a little bit. I might have to dive on into these NBA playoffs.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun in this last week or so. So it's a big one tonight for the Crew. 10:15 start in Monterey tonight, second leg of the semifinals coming up. Again, if you need a refresher, it is 2-1 on aggregate in favor of the Columbus Crew. Nice. If they tie, if they draw 0-0, the Crew move on. If the Crew win in any capacity, does not matter what the score is, the Crew will move on. If the Crew lose 1-0, they are gone. They are out because of the road goal situation. That would be a 2-2 on aggregate, but the road goal weighs more. If it is 2-1 at final time for Monterey, you then go to an extra 30 minutes in extra time. If it's tied after that, you go to a penalty shootout. If the Crew lose by any score in which they score a goal and they lose by one, like 3-2, 4-3, 5-4, they will move on. So we got a lot to play for.
Get a goal is the moral.
Get a goal. Go down there and get a goal. Go down there and get a goal, see what happens. And don't lose by 2.
I like that.
Yeah.
Pretty simple methodology to get that done.
Yeah.
So
get a goal, don't lose by 2.
Yeah.
Or don't lose 1-0. But then that's just getting a goal.
That's good. That's good stuff, Beam. I'm excited.
I'm already tired thinking about tomorrow.
You should be, because the game starts at midnight, basically.
It's going to end at
10:15. You'll be up past midnight, so that's good.
Stink.
I know you're excited about that, Beam. It's going to be fun for you.
Yep. Hopefully they don't take me all the way to the finish line and then crash and burn, because then I'll be in a really
That'll
bad
be
mood
tough
tomorrow.
if they give you an old Guardians playoff World Series treatment where they just drag you all the way
Rajay
there.
Davis me, bring me back to life, only to see it collapse in the end.
Get your head cut off at the end. That's brutal. Yeah, they don't need the emotional, the emotional roller coaster beam. Let's just finish on that emotional high, which is what you're really looking forward
Just
to.
go down there a little Dos Acero. Well, 2-0. That would be, I think, really good. And then you would go into
I'm
the
excited
final.
for you, Beam.
Are you?
It's a great opportunity. Yeah,
It's a great opportunity for the city too to be thrust
It
onto the
is.
international stage.
It
So
is.
anytime you can go down there and win back-to-back games and beat 2 teams in the same city of the caliber that they are, I'm in.
So that'll be nice. That'll be nice for everything. And, the Crew kind of leading the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say the professional sports teams with what they've done, and this will put them on. I know that your guy, Don Arbor, he'll be pretty excited for the Crew.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if they get to win this whole thing.
Oh, he'll be trotting us out like we're the champions of the world, which we'd be the champions of this region.
Of the new world, dude. The
new world champions.
The new world champions.
Literally new world champions.
That's phenomenal.
So the Browns want taxpayers to foot half the bill for either a proposed $2.4 billion dome stadium in Brook Park or a $1 billion renovation of their existing stadium in downtown Cleveland.
Put a dome on it?
While no plan has been agreed upon yet, the public shares of those costs, $1.2 billion for a dome stadium in Brook Park or $500 million to renovate the Browns' lakefront stadium, would be split between the state, county, and either city of Brook Park or by the city of Cleveland. Browns officials and lobbyists met with state lawmakers and staff this week in Columbus to discuss plans and show renderings of the proposed Brook Park Stadium, both in individual meetings and in group meetings with state representatives from Northeast Ohio. So the Brook Park Stadium, again, we talked about this a couple of months ago, kind of when this all came out, that it is right off of 71 by the Cleveland Airport. So, I mean, it's directly east of the Cleveland Airport is where this proposed new stadium would be. So they want taxpayers foot half of the bill for it, either $500 million from the public if you're going to renovate the stadium up there on the lake.
What do the renovations consist of?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I mean, I'm curious if that consists of them putting some sort of covering on it and how that looks. I know Bo has talked about that a lot. If you listen to Bishop and the Friends.
Get out of your silo.
Yeah, they talk about that a lot, and Bo has talked about how the stadium, the problem is they built both the stadiums in Ohio and Cleveland, Cincinnati. I mean, basically on the cheaper end. And so when you do that, then they are only good for 20 years before you need to renovate them or rebuild them. And it stinks that that's the case, but if you do it right, then it's going to have staying power. Like, nobody looks at the stadium down in Dallas, and that's 15 years old now.
Mm-hmm. And then it still holds its
and in
weight.
15 years, it's still going to be good.
Yeah.
Because they did it the right way. But you've got to make sure that you invest in those stadiums the right way up front and don't cut corners, because after 10 years, you're like, gosh, all these stadiums have all these other things. They can host more events. They've got other opportunities. There's a lot of better things that they can utilize to help promote the city and the region, all those things. And so I'm just curious, gosh, I mean, you said, what's the proposed new one, 2.4?
2.4 billion, yes.
I don't know if that have a roof on it or not.
I mean, I would have to imagine that if you're going to.
So the Bears Stadium was going to cost like $4.5 billion if they put a roof on it.
Well, they did put a roof on it. It's just not retractable.
Oh, so it's a full dome.
It's a full dome, just not with the retractable roof.
What's a window that doesn't open?
Right? That's what I mean. Like, if you're going to put a dome on it,
roofs are meant to be open.
At least some of the nice days that you're going to get here in the Midwest, like, let me be outside if I want
yesterday. You want to have that nice day outside.
Of course, man. You don't want that. So, I don't know. I mean, the Browns leaving downtown Cleveland, obviously that would be a very big deal. But, Sharky, we've talked about it from your perspective. I mean, it would make your life a little bit easier going up to Browns games.
It's about 15 miles south of Cleveland, Brook Park. Yeah, but I like downtown stadiums.
Everybody likes a downtown stadium.
Walk over his grave on the way there.
That's right, true. Bob.
You have to walk through that cemetery. I think you said a walk among the tombstones, you and Liam Neeson.
But that's at Progressive Field. Cleveland Browns Stadium is another mile north up on the lake.
Yeah, but you just keep on walking. Yeah. Right by you check out the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when you're up there. All kinds of activities.
It's so interesting that when Dong Arbor was saying that we need our teams in MLS to build downtown stadiums. Like, the Crew aren't going to be a habitable place for Columbus because they're unwilling to build a downtown stadium. Well, guess what happened? We built a downtown stadium, sold that thing out, won a couple of cups. Well, won one cup in that building, one in the old place. And then now in the NFL, everyone's like, we got to get out of the city. We got to move to the suburbs. It's just so weird to me how those are like ships in the night just passing each other. Because NFL says we want more land, we want shopping centers, we want living, we want everything, as to where soccer-specific stadiums, like we want you to have the downtown vibe to be able to walk to the game.
Well, remember when McElligott was on a few weeks ago talking about Ottawa, and, Ottawa's a great downtown, capital of the country and everything. And they built this arena 10, 15 miles away in some suburb, and he said it's ugly. It's out in the middle of nowhere. You want to be downtown, B.
You want to be downtown. So let's get on. Shark, make the call, make the executive call that the Browns are going to stay in downtown.
Hey, that's your boy, Haslam, not mine.
Yay. He owns both of our teams. And I hope that he's bringing home another cup here, or at least a second leg victory in a semifinal tonight. Hope that for the Crew that they can get it done. Buckeye, Lathan Ransom, he joins us in studio next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now we're watching one incident on 315 southbound. This is just at that Richtown Street exit. Right now the right lane is blocked going southbound on 315 because of a disabled vehicle over there. Also on I-270 westbound, the left shoulder blocked on I-270 westbound near Georgesville Road because of a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Sick of being upsold at gyms?
My guy, you're currently a base member? For $90 more, I can upgrade you to our Shred membership. For $130 more, you'll be a Swole member. And for just $300 more, you'll reach Sweat Platinum.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the upsell. Never pushy, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. It's fitness that fits your budget. Join Planet Fitness for just $1 down and $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, May 10th. See Home Club for details.
All right, guys, if you've been feeling tired and grumpy, you've noticed lack of motivation and drive, you may have low T. Low testosterone levels can cause weight gain, loss of muscle mass, and so much more. So I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels tested. They make it quick and easy to get your levels checked, and it's only $25. They have an on-site lab. You'll get results back in about 25 minutes. Most insurance is accepted for treatment, so go to lowtcenter.com now. Book your appointment online. Low T Center, reinventing men's health care.
Working your way through that honey-do list? More flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Call the Waterworks, trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Save up to $150 on select sets of 4 Vredestein tires at AAA Car Care Plus. Not a member? Not a problem. Everyone can save up to $150 on Vredestein tires through May 31st at AAA Car Care Plus locations. See store for details.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app or listen at home on your smart speaker or open up the iHeartRadio app or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
Bo Bishop here for my friends at High Bank Distillery Co., located right here in Columbus, the home of the best blended whiskey in America, now 3 years running. Support local. Grab a bottle at your local liquor store, including their new ready-to-drink cocktail, Midnight Manhattan. High Bank's twist on a classic Manhattan. Handcrafted with award-winning whiskey war, port wine, and bitters, it's the perfect nightcap. Just pour and enjoy. And I encourage you to learn more about their Whiskey War line and other spirits at highbankdistillery.com. Drink the best, forget the rest with High Bank Distillery.
Hey, folks, it's game day, and the betting's going to be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right. You got to pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Ohio's public schools are safe, welcoming learning environments where everyone can thrive, no exceptions. Thanks to the nearly 120,000 public school educators in the Ohio Education Association. We are dedicated professionals who deserve respect, a living wage, and a seat at the table when decisions are made. And we're using our united voice to demand the supports and resources our students need to succeed. Because in Ohio, public education matters.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here for my friends at RCD RV. And when you want to get away, there's no better solution than hitting the open roads in an RV. Brings me back to my youth out west, under the stars, fresh mountain air. That could all be yours, and your journey starts at RCD RV. RCD has RVs to meet every budget with new campers as low as $13,995, and Ohio's best selection of pre-owned travel trailers, fifth-wheelers, motorhomes. 3 locations to serve you in Central Ohio or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Get ready for a sunny Wednesday with temperatures back to the 80s this afternoon after a cool start to the day with temperatures in the 40s and 50s this morning. 80s coming back by Thursday afternoon. Clouds will increase throughout the day Thursday, along with a small rain chance by the end of the day. Better rain chances Friday as temperatures start to cool into the weekend. I'm Doppler 10 meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Hash browns and smackdowns. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Cruising along here, little Wednesday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. We are now joined in studio by Buckeye, Lathan Ransom. Lathan, great to talk to you, buddy. Awesome to have you in here. Travels, I know you were already impressed with Shark this morning with how many buttons he's got to push back there.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys having me here. But yeah, Shark was definitely doing his thing back there, navigating his way through the buttons, so it was impressive.
Yeah, so this is something too. Before we jump into a bunch of football talk, this is something that you want to get into either during football, post-football career, looking at stuff that's kind of going on, and it's a great way for you to come in. If you want, we can give you the exclusive morning juice treatment where you could wake up at 1 a.m. and come in with Shark at 2 a.m. if you really want to see how the sausage is made.
I don't know if I'm ready for the exclusive yet. But yeah, this is definitely something I'd love to do. I think that it's a great way with so much social media. It's a great way to show your personality off the field. I think that football is so much different than, basketball because in basketball you see your face, you see so much emotion, so many facial expressions. In football, we got a helmet on, so the fans and the people back at home really don't get to know us, and I think doing stuff like this is a great way to do that.
When you, when you were in high school, everybody asked, what do you want to do? What are you going to major in? All this stuff. Was that something that you thought you wanted to do coming out of high school, or is this something that just over the last 4 or 5 years, you've kind of figured out?
I think it was something I wanted to do after high school. I always joke around like, I want to be a movie star. Like when I was younger, I always wanted to be in movies, TV shows.
West Coast guy, man.
Exactly. So I definitely always wanted to be in front of a camera, and I definitely would still love to be a movie star, but I'm taking some slow steps, and this is definitely something I'd love to do.
So you want to get into acting, like legit?
Yes, sir. I think I do want to get into acting. I always joke around, and like if I see a really good scene on TV, I try to look to like who I'm watching the movie with or the show. I'm like, hey, let me try it and try to do it. But
oh my gosh,
yeah, that's definitely something I'd love to get into.
I mean, that's great. What shows are we watching right now?
So I actually just started Breaking Bad.
Oh, but you're in for quite the ride on that one.
So I just started Breaking Bad, literally like 2 episodes in, and the first episode got me hooked. Yeah. So I'm ready. I'm ready to see if it's all the hype.
Do you have a favorite show that you've watched or movie or like what type of genres or whatever?
So it's kind of crazy. I kind of stay in the same like Breaking Bad genre where they got the big drug dealers and everyone's always trying to catch them.
Dark stuff.
Yeah, I do definitely the dark stuff. But I watch a lot of everything. Like I watch Game of Thrones. I try to expand my horizons. Like at first, a lot of people at the Woody were talking about, Game of Thrones is the best show of all time, this and that. I'm like, I'm not watching medieval times. Like that's not. I did not want to watch Knights and stuff. Now I sat back and watched. That's the greatest show I've ever seen. That's the best show of all time. So So now I've heard a lot of hype about Breaking Bad.
So you watched it all?
I watched all of Game of Thrones, and I watched it within like 5 months. Like I really sat down.
And because that's a long show.
Oh,
like, there's a lot of episodes. That's a lot of time spent too. Like I did that, my wife did that, and I know you did that too, Bob.
We caught it halfway, so we watched like 40 episodes to catch like middle of season 5 in like a month and a half. So I was on that same because there's so much going on. Like you almost have. People told me like you got to take notes to like understand who is what and the relationship, but the complex writing, like all the stuff that's going on. I mean, I was with you. I kind of resisted until finally, like, all right, let me watch this, see what's going on, and you kind of fall in love with that stuff. So that's phenomenal. That is good. Do any of your teammates share that with you? You guys watch this stuff together? Or?
So actually, Zach Harrison, when he was here, we was watching it together, and I had finished it before him, and he was kind of watching it, and I was like, the one thing I told him, I was like, wait till you get to the Red Wedding. I don't know if you guys remember that scene.
Of course. It's one of the most infamous episodes in the whole thing.
He came into the wedding the next day like, Lathan, the Red Wedding. And Stu actually was someone who watched it too. And he was kind of waiting for me to get to that scene. And that scene really, that scene is crazy if you haven't watched Game of Thrones.
Never trust Walter Frey.
Don't trust it,
Everybody, I mean, it's just... Because the thing you said, like you watched, like the Breaking Bads. I don't know if you watched The Wire or anything like that.
No, my dad said that's the best. Good. That's the best one of all time. I tried to get into it. It was just a little slow at the beginning. I'm gonna eventually get back to it.
It is. It's how Game of Thrones, but that stuff picks up. But regardless of like period piece and setting and everything,
because that was late '90s, like when The Wire came out, and it still holds.
It's all about like the scheming and the plotting, and like that's the stuff that people love. Is all the behind the scenes and the double cross. It's a wild deal, man. So that is, you'll like The Wire. I love it. The fact your dad's probably almost more my age now, so that's good. So Zach Harrison, you talked about Stu before as we get in this. Like came in here, obviously had a lot of success early. Have a big injury, kind of battled through some things. Stu, as you talk about Adam Stewart, PT over at Ohio State. Talking about your kind of relationship with him and what he's meant to you over these last 4.5 years.
Yeah, man. I mean, Stu means everything to me. I think. Since I've been here, I mean, there's been a lot of coaches that have impacted me since I've been here, but I think the biggest impact, he's probably had the biggest impact on me as a Buckeye, which is crazy to say because you wouldn't think that someone in the training room or someone like that would have an impact. But no, he's definitely had the biggest impact on me and kind of changed my perspective on life. Like, every day I go in, I'm thinking, this injury, I'm thinking my life's over, like just from an injury and stuff like that. But he always gave me faith, man, to keep going and give me energy to keep going. So, I mean, Stu means everything to me. Like I had told you earlier, like he's gonna be my right-hand man in my wedding, man, making sure I'm right. But we built such a great relationship with his family, and there's not enough great things I can say about Stu. That's all I have to say.
Walk us through some of the injury. I mean, some people may forget. I mean, I kind of remember seeing and being around you, but you going through COVID and everything. But the different injuries you've had, because you've had a number of them, and yet played through a lot of it.
Yeah. So the Rose Bowl game of my sophomore year. Big kickoff, and I went and I actually shattered my leg. Then that one was tough on me because being a West Coast guy, my family can't come to many games. So looking forward to that game all week, and they finally come down, and then the second kickoff I go down and shatter my leg, and the worst part was I get back to the hospital. They're like, we have to test you for COVID. I get tested for COVID.
That's the last thing I want.
Man, then I pop positive for COVID. So I'm in that hospital, can't see my family, can't see my friends. I'm watching everyone on social media party about the Rose Bowl, and that was a tough 3 days for me just sitting there by myself, and gave me a lot of perspective. And then working back for that, they kind of had said after my injury, it take about 7-8 months to recover from. That puts me middle of next season.
Yeah.
So I kind of sat down, and sat down and had a talk with Stu, basically like, Stu, whatever it takes, like whatever it takes for me to be able to play in that first game. And Stu said it was the fastest recovery from that type of injury he's seen, and ended up playing in the first game, which meant a lot to me, and that just shows right there, praise how great Stu is. I mean, worked with him every day, never went back home during none of the breaks, stayed here, trained with him. And then the season went well, but like you said, just because I was back, but I still felt that injury throughout the whole season. Felt that leg injury, played through it, and then came to last year. And again, a lot of high expectations going into last year. Got my eyes set on beating Team of North, hopefully win the national championship and going to the next level. And then even though the leg break might have looked worse, eventually when we got to Wisconsin, I tear my Liz Frank. That injury was definitely the hardest emotionally on me, just because you feel like you're so close to reaching your dreams, so close to reaching your goals, and then they ripped away from you. And I only told a couple people about this, but we're on here now talking about it. That time was so hard for me, just because I honestly stayed away from the Woody for as much as I could. Like, I go in there, do my treatment, couldn't, just because I was hurt. Like, I couldn't be around my teammates, I couldn't be around anybody. And then as I going through these injuries, I've kind of straightened my relationship with God, and I kind of looked in the mirror and like, how am I supposed to be part of the brotherhood? How am I supposed to be a leader? And I'm staying away from the Woody. Like, how does that? That's just a bad look. That's selfish, honestly. So after kind of having that realization, I got into the Woody as much as I could. Try to just find different ways to impact the game without being on play. Trying to, you saw me out there just trying to get around young dudes, kind of teach them what I know, kind of teaching them like, in certain formations, this you can expect this, and if he motions like this, you can expect this. Just trying to impact the game as much as I can. So I did that, man, and then now we got to the end of the season, and I had a big decision to make, and I just felt that my legacy wasn't finished here yet. There's still a lot of things I want to accomplish, a lot of goals I have, and then it made an easy decision to come back with my teammates for this last year.
We're going to get into some of the goals coming up next as we continue to hang out with Buckeye Lathan Ransom right here on Morning Juice on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now we're watching a crash on I-270 southbound at Georgesville Road that has the left shoulder blocked off. Also watching a disabled vehicle on 315 southbound just beyond that Richtown Street exit. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by ER Auto Care. We are masters of our craft.
There's a little slice of heaven in a mountain town escape. A pace of life that's less hurried, more authentic, where people greet you with a smile, and experiences feel down to earth, yet elevated. From Appalachian art to wineries and craft breweries, live music to a lively spirit. This is West Virginia. We call it Almost Heaven. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
Hey folks, Austin Ward here, and I'm going to piggyback on what Chops has already challenged you all with, dropping 40 pounds by the 4th of July. Sounds crazy, right? Well, I dropped 50 in that same amount of time with Awaken 180. 40 by the 4th is a cakewalk? Yeah, put a real goal on your calendar. It changes the game. Imagine this, your scale is flashing 230 pounds today. What if I told you it could read 190 by the 4th of July? Maybe it's sitting at 300 right now. Think about how sweet 260 would look. Easier on the eyes, and hey, for me, it's been easier on the golf course too. It's totally doable. Look at the stats. Me, 50 pounds. Chops, 95 pounds. Scotty Vegas is already down 40. We're talking real results, attainable goals, and a process so simple it feels like cheating. Except it's totally legit. Awaken 180 is the cheat code we all need. Drop your 40 by the 4th and celebrate with a cracked beer and burger in hand like me. It starts with one call to Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Dial 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Tyler from Wendy's here. The best part of Wendy's Cinnabon Pull-Apart is every part, especially if you get it with a small coffee or soft drink for just $5. Get to Wendy's for a Cinnabon Pull-Apart today.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary. Cinnabon is a registered trademark of Cinnabon Franchisor SPT, LLC.
Save up to $150 on select sets of 4 Vredestein tires at AAA Car Care Plus. Not a member? Not a problem. Everyone can save up to $150 on Vredestein tires through May 31st at AAA Car Care Plus locations. See store for details.
The Fan is your home for NBA playoff action. Catch every game of the conference finals and NBA finals on The Fan and ESPN Columbus. How does one listen to such magical things? On the Fan app, silly. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. Do it.
Good morning, everyone.
Watch NBC4 today at 6 a.m. and you could win a $10,000 trip to Paris. Spot the keyword at 6 a.m. and enter to win. The NBC4 Today Bon Voyage giveaway, sponsored by Reynolds Travel. This week at 6 a.m.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. And look at you, hands perfectly placed on the wheel, not like the driver to the right of you who's really going after that drum solo. Save with DriveWise in the Allstate app and only pay a rate based on you.
Not available in every state, subject to terms and conditions. Rating factors and savings vary, and in some states your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Good morning, everyone.
Watch NBC4 today at 6 a.m. and you could win a $10,000 trip to Paris. Spot the keyword at 6 a.m. and enter to win. The NBC4 Today Bon Voyage giveaway, sponsored by Reynolds Travel. This week at 6 a.m.
Hi, this is ESPN's Mike Greenberg, and ESPN Bet is ready to take you through all the biggest sports moments this spring. The official sports book of ESPN has exclusive offers and markets from Scott Van Pelt, Stephen A. Smith, and me. From the playoff intensity to finally getting out to the ballpark, there's no better time for sports fans. Sign up today, and new users get $100 in bonus bets for making any sportsbook bet. Download ESPN Bet today. What a play.
Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Lowe's knows pros need the right tools for every job. That's why we sell the largest in-store selection of Klein tools anywhere. Find new items launching exclusively at Lowe's, like the self-leveling laser level for just $159.98. Plus, shop the Connect socket set for just $49.98. Get Klein tools in-store and online today, because Lowe's knows tools. Lowe's knows pros.
The Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Beamer has a very punchable face, so Bobby punches it. This is Morning Juice.
Here's a log here. Wednesday edition of the program, continuing to have a conversation with Buckeye Lathan Ransom. It's awesome. I mean, you were just describing, kind of what you've been through, Lathan, and your injuries, and we, quite frankly, appreciate you being so honest with us. And I know that Bob and I have talked about this a long time, with recoveries and injuries, like that can be a scary thing, right? Because, your whole life you've worked your way up to playing for Ohio State, then you become a starter, then you become a leader, and then you're thrust into that adversity. And I know that can be a crazy, mentally difficult thing to kind of push through and then get through, come out the other side of it.
Yeah, so I think that's the hardest thing with injuries is that mental block that you hit. Like, people don't understand looking from the outside in what that can do to a player. When you put your whole life into, like you're saying, put your whole life into football, put all your energy and your time, and then it's just taken away like that. I don't know what to do. So I'm still right now going recovering from the Liz Frank. You try to find that confidence again, because even though it's easy to say, like, once you're healed, you go back out there, you're good. Man, there's a lot of confidence that you might lose into. Can I make that plant still? Can I still be as fast as I was, or am I still gonna be the same player I am, even though I know I'm going to be? But there's still that doubt until you get back out there on the field. So there's a lot of stuff that you go through, man, through the process. But like I said, Stu does such a great job of helping you get through that, your family, your faith, and I think that's why so many dudes, when they go through injury, grow closer to God, because that foundation is something I needed. So I'm slowly building that now, and yeah.
So you talked about coming back. Your legacy wasn't done.
Yep.
And I always tell guys, your legacy is not only do what you do on the field at Ohio State, but it's what the room looks like after you leave. Like, are you able to impact people to change their life, change their perspective? And you're a veteran now, teaching the young guys, making sure they understand. So when you're gone, they'll hopefully be able to pass that forward. And it's been 20 years since I've been in there. Schlegs and I, you get to see him run around. Some of the older guys. And I say that from my perspective, the locker room, I don't think it's changed. People talk a lot about NIL, the transfer portal is opening, closing, a handful of guys left. But when you hear that and like the conversations that happen and guys, like, do you feel like it's much different? Because when you started, that really wasn't a thing. And now that it has, do you feel like there's been a change at all in kind of how the locker room reacts and interacts with those things?
Yeah, so I think, at least because I can only speak on Ohio State, since the locker room since I've been here has honestly gotten better. When I first got here, it's changed dramatically. I think since I've been here, that the team this year is the closest team I've been on since I've been at Ohio State. And then speaking from the DBs, like you said, leave your legacy. I think that's what all me and Denzel want to do this year is make sure that when we leave, BI has a standard. And every day that we get on to the practice field, BI has a standard, and we got to execute that standard. And if it's not executed, it needs to be called out. And I think sometimes looking back, it wasn't always called out. So I think that's what we do a great job of this year. And then Coach Knowles does a great job of making sure everything is called out. So
That's
I think
not it, Lathan.
So I love Coach Knowles, but yeah, I think what I remember when he first got here, we had a whole defensive meeting, and every week we have a defensive meeting, and they show all the good plays in front of the whole defense, and they show all the bad plays. Yeah. And when I first got here, if you had a bad play or something, only the DBs would see it. But now you got the D linemen laughing, the linebackers talking trash and stuff like that. So it makes you want to go out there and execute at such a higher level than before. So, man, I appreciate it. But, yeah, everything has a microscope on it, so it's definitely preparing you for the next level.
So you talk about guys transferring in. You got two obviously pretty good transfers, IGB, and then Caleb coming in. Culture, you still talk about the fit. People like, you bring guys in, how does that work? How has it been? Obviously Davidson, you got a chance to see him for a year. Yep. Caleb coming in this year. How have those interactions worked so far in the short term?
So I'll speak on IGB first. You can ask anyone in the Woody, especially Coach Mick. I think IGB came in and changed our culture.
Oh, he's awesome. I love him.
Yeah, the impact he had is unlike any player that I've seen come in and transfer. And he comes in, and I know you guys probably I don't know how much you guys have talked to IGB, but he is a trash talker. Like me and IGB will go at it for a whole hour, but the way that he talks trash to other teammates, and it's not even like some people look at it, he's bashing them. No, it's making everyone better. Yeah. The competitiveness, he's one of the most competitive people I've ever met. So I love the impact IGB's had on our room, what he's had on the team. He's been a perfect fit. And then Caleb, like you say, coming in the spring, he's had such a great impact just because he came in not expecting anything, just came in and came in to outwork everyone. And that's something I love it because I'm a competitor as well. So seeing him work hard makes me want to work even harder. So I think him coming in was one of the best things for the team and also one of the best things for me, just someone to come in and continue to push me, continue to I see his hunger, makes me hungrier. And I think, both Coach Day and the recruiting staff did a great job of bringing in two great transfers, not only on the field, but great people off the field.
So we get to talk to now your coach, Anthony Schlegel, every week on the show. He used to host the show with us. Like, it used to be me, Bob, and Schlegs. Okay. I bet you can imagine what that was like. Yep. But poof, David Copperfield. When Cody Simon was in here a few weeks ago with us, we asked him the same question. Ryan, what Coach Day, what he has meant to the program. Just for you, seeing him in that weight room, and I know that he brings the juice every single day, even if he's tired, but he'll ingest 6 monsters and just go crazy. But what has he kind of brought to the facility and to the program?
Man, Schlegs, you would think Schlegs. I don't know. Schlegs is
that's the correct answer.
I don't even. He leaves me speechless. You would think he injects Red Bull into his veins before practice, but no, Schlegs just brings so much juice and like I said, almost like IGB, he has a standard. He has a standard. And he's seen what the Silver Bullets look like. He's seen how many gold pants he Schlegs. He definitely reminds me every day, but I forgot.
Yeah, he got 2 as a player and then 4 or 5 as a coach.
Yeah, and when he first got, I think it was like the 3rd workout, he's five gold pants, mother effer. That's what he's telling us. I'm like, wow. But no, yeah, he has a standard, and I love it. Like, sometimes me and Denzel and some of the other people, we get frustrated because we get around some of the vets and we talked about it, and we don't have a pair of gold pants yet. And that's one of the hardest things to digest, and I think that's why it was so easy to come back, is because we want to be a part of that, a part of that select few of Buckeyes that got gold pants, and we know how much it means. But yeah, Schlegs come in, change the culture, expects the most out of us, and if you're not doing what you're supposed to, he's gonna let you hear it. So that's just someone I want to be around, truth tellers.
The last piece of that, since you talk about you and Zell, obviously wanting to get the gold pants. I mean, a lot of you guys chose to come back. Zell could have left. Obviously, you could have left. Cody could have left. You talk about Jack and JT, Tyleek, especially the guys on defense. Very veteran group, all decides to return. You mentioned the gold pants. I mean, was that something collectively that was kind of discussed?
Oh, of course. I think we had a meeting with all the players that could possibly leave and players that can come back. And Coach Day was also in that meeting. And we kind of talked about, like, we can all leave and achieve our dreams and achieve our goals, but we can all come back and do something that hasn't been done before. And as I say, obviously we've won gold pants, but this is the first time that you've seen, like, with the whole team come back as a collective to do something bigger than us. And I think, like I told you, it's the biggest example of the brotherhood that I've seen since I've been here, of just putting our personal goals aside, coming together as a team, coming together as a brotherhood to come back and do something special, man. And like you said, so many vets come back on defense. I'm just going to speak from the defensive side. Our goal is to be the best defense that's been here at Ohio State. And I know that might hurt your ego, but that's our goal. And it's easy to say that, but I'm honestly so tired of the goals in the preseason. Oh, wow, look how good Ohio State looks. I'm excited to go out there and do it, because we've had high expectations before, but we haven't achieved that. So I'm just excited to go out there, man, and put it all in front of everyone to see in the world. So yeah.
Well, we're all excited for you. We're pulling for you. Before we get you out of here, I know that we were just talking in the break that you're a big Lakers fan. So you've been crushed over these last couple of days.
Yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough to digest. I don't. Man, Murray has something against the Lakers. I mean, two daggers. Yeah. But they got a good squad. I'm excited for the next series when they play Minnesota, man. That's going to be a exciting series, especially because what they're doing over there, man. So I'm excited. But yeah, the Lakers, we got some rebuilding to do. So I'm excited. And then you said Schlegs to be on that show. Hey, Schlegs, I'm coming for your spot, man. So I hope you're listening.
Hey, whenever you want, you're free to come back in here. Whenever I'll leave, I'll go take care of the boy at home, and then you guys can just do the rest of the show. If you're like, Lathan, we appreciate you stopping by. Like I said, anytime you want to pop in, you are more than welcome to do that. Good luck with the workout today, recovery, wishing nothing but the best, and hopefully we can chat again soon, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me.
Lathan Ransom, Buckeye, in studio with us. Awesome stuff. We're going to get juice next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, just one crash to let you know about on I-270 westbound, right near Georgesville Road. The left shoulder slightly blocked off over there as crews work to clear up a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Earn a $200 cash bonus at BMI Federal Credit Union when you open a new free checking account. Visit bmifcu.org/free for more details.
We see it every day. A guy comes into the men's clinic and guess what? The pills quit working, or they're sick of the side effects. And you know what else we see? Guys not confident in their relationship. At Columbus Men's Clinic, we're the leaders in bedroom confidence. Understanding if you even need ED or low T treatment should be the first step. And the next should be choosing the treatment or treatment combination to build your confidence. Our urologist and physician group is offering professional, modern treatments with success rates as high as 92% and decades of experience. Our doctors are not going to send you an email with what might work for most people. We are results-driven. Concierge. You don't pay for medication, it's included, but you invest in the time it takes to get you where you want to be. We've built an experience with discretion that takes the worry out of going to the doctor. In fact, we've normalized it for guys all over Columbus. Come see our friendly team in Columbus and find out why we've been #1 in men's health for years. Get a consultation and low T blood work with results on your first visit for $99. Get your confidence back in the bedroom and beyond. Go to columbusmensclinic.com and book your appointment today. columbusmensclinic.com.
We go to war for you.
At Schroeder Schnurr Trial Attorneys, we don't back down.
Truck accident?
Call us today at 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com for a free consultation. Remember, results matter because we go to war for you. warforyou.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Don't let a broken down car ruin your trip. ER Auto Care will ensure your vehicle is in tip-top shape and road trip ready. With 4 locations to serve you, most maintenance and repairs can be completed the same day. ER Auto Care. We're masters of our craft. Don't forget the sunscreen.
Spring is a season full of new life and new opportunities to celebrate. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. Anniversaries, new babies, graduations, plus everything in between, discover the perfect gift for every occasion. Visit us at the Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or East and Town Center.
Vote in the Daily Fan Poll at 971thefan.com or on X, formerly known as Twitter.
The Daily Fan Poll is sponsored by ER Auto Care, masters of our craft.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Spring Sale. Did you know that right now you can save up to 50%?
On bookcases?
Yep.
Office storage?
Yeah.
Ooh, something for the kiddos?
We've got you. Plus, IKEA family members get an extra 10% on select sale items.
Sign me up.
Don't miss out on the big IKEA Spring Sale. Visit your local IKEA store or go to IKEA-USA.com/offers now through 5/7. Offer valid 4/17 to 5/7. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Join your Franklin County Auditor's Office this Saturday for Shred Hunger, a free document shredding and e-recycling event. Documents and electronics will be safely recycled free of charge. The Auditor's Office is also encouraging donations of non-perishable foods and household items to benefit local charities. Shred Hunger, sponsored by the Ohio EPA, will be held Saturday, May 4th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Bropst Park in Canal, Winchester. For more information, call Franklin County Auditor Michael Stenziano at 614-525-HOME. That's 614-525-4663.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. We all have something to get off our chest. Therapy is a safe space to share whatever is weighing you down, so you can get some relief and find a solution. BetterHelp offers professional, affordable online therapy on a flexible schedule. Let it out with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp, HELP.com/like today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/like.
Around here at Wrangler, we are all excited for spring. The longer days, the warmer nights. When you've got your pick of shorts and jeans, either works just fine. Because comfort keeps us going. So grab your family, your friends, and your Wrangler layers for some fresh air adventures together. Blue skies, open roads. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're off to a cool start out there this morning with temperatures in the 40s. We'll be up to the 80s by the afternoon. A good amount of sunshine throughout the day today. 80s returning Thursday afternoon. Possibly some rain by late Thursday afternoon and evening, but better rain chances by Friday as temperatures cool heading into the weekend. I'm Doppler 10 meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Oh, it's almost pool season. And it's time to see people at Affinity Whole Health. My friends over there, they're the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And they're not just here to optimize your testosterone levels. They've got all kinds of options. Most importantly, they've got some stuff for weight loss. They can combine it together. That's right. Affinity can help you lose weight and alleviate the symptoms that come with low T. They're going to get you feeling the best you can. Affinity, they offer semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to testosterone treatments and also peptides. So you can say goodbye to low energy, low libido, and say hello to weight loss and muscle gain. You'll be shirtless like Bob on Bourbon Street and feel great about it. It's fantastic. So go to feelgreatcolumbus.com. How about that? That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Was that in the read or was that an ad lib?
A little of both. There's a reference to it.
What's got you juiced, buddy?
Oh, goodness. What's got me juiced? Let's start having Lathan Ransom on.
He's great.
He's one of my all-time favorites. I love Lathan. He's a great kid. Young man. Does a good job. And the fact that he referenced me being his dad's age, it's probably accurate, but it's okay.
Said I'm coming for your spot, too.
It's all right. Absolutely. He's really good. Enjoy that. Let's listen to Shark. You cleaned this David Goggins up, right?
I sure did, Bob.
I love it. I know when I send it to you, you know the drill. Let's get juice with some Goggins.
You have no f***ing idea how great you really are. Because you are using such minimal of what you have. There's no hacks, bro. It's you against you. You against you. And if you misunderstand that, you have a real problem. The problem is you. And you don't want to fix it.
Me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. There are no hacks, Shark. You got to go out there and get it done every day. Don't be afraid of competition. There might be people out there that are worried about, hey, you know, there's other shows that are doing this and that. You know what? Beam and I, we're going to do the very best radio show we can, regardless of who else is out there. Great guests.
The standard is the standard, Bob.
Drama. The standard is the standard. That's got me juiced here on a Wednesday. Not scared of anything, not scared of anybody. You know what? Don't be self-conscious. What's Schlegs got to say, Shark?
100% BYOJ. Bring your own juice. You know, it's not different knocking someone's junk off.
I wish we could have played that for Lathan.
Yeah, it's so.
He would have loved that.
Well, we've got a whole folder of his stuff.
It's like he just shoots the Red Bull right.
Well, if he comes in here, time to time. I mean, we'll just play that for him.
I'm really juiced about Lathan coming in. I got 3 or 4 texts from people who were listening and talked about how impressive he is. So it was good to have him in studio. It's better in studio than it is even on the phone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good to see him. The 6th-seeded OSU men's volleyball team went down to defeat last night.
To the Anteaters.
To the Antelopes of Grand Canyon University. Lost in 3 games, 25-23. 25-20 and 25-21. So their season ends with a record of 22-9. But the Ohio State baseball team did win 12-6 over Cincinnati over at Bill Davis Stadium. The Buckeyes aren't very good this season in baseball. I think they're 7-8 in the Big Ten, 7th place. But at least they did beat an in-state opponent. You got to beat those in-state schools. Just show them who's boss. And they've got Akron coming in tonight over there at the Billy Dave. And then Michael McCarthy.
Billy Dave.
The Billy Dave.
What is that?
That's Bill Davis Stadium.
I know what it is. I don't know. I've never heard it called that before.
Well, that's because I'm the only one that calls it that. We were talking yesterday about Phil Simms and Boomer Esiason getting the boot at CBS. Michael McCarthy is a writer for Barrett Sports Media. I was reading his article this morning. He claims
way to get out of your silo, Shark.
That the reason they were let go is because they're getting old, which makes me feel really good.
We're trying to keep you because you're getting old.
Right. Simms is 68, Boomer is 63. They're being replaced by 38-year-old Matt Ryan. And McCarthy says the networks are obsessed with getting younger, and it's why Fox NFL Sunday added 34-year-old Rob Gronkowski, why ESPN replaced 59-year-old Susie Colbert and 62-year-old Steve Young with Marcus Spears and Ryan Clark, who are both in their early 40s. And it just makes you wonder how long 75-year-old Terry Bradshaw and 80-year-old Jimmy Johnson are going to last at Fox. And Howie, I think, is like 64.
Yeah, they're around my dad's age. They're my dad's contemporaries. Those guys bring good energy, though. Like, Phil isn't really personable. Boomer brings it still. But you want interaction, you want fun, you want drama, Beam.
Yeah. Of course you do. And all in the meantime, while those guys are getting the boot, Shark, like Bob said, maybe the most important piece, if we're taking anything out of today's show, is that we're trying to keep you. So that should make you feel loved, and that should make you want to feel needed. So that's got me fired up, Sharky. What else has me fired up? I was watching a good amount of that Cavs game last night. That was awesome.
Cavalanche.
Yeah, there was
not really a Cavalanche.
Yeah, but you also staved off the Cavalanche too. So you won. That was good. Great dramatic victory for them. That one had fun and drama as well. So that had me fired up. And I was really fired up about the quad box. Like I was quad boxing the 2 NHL Stanley Cup games. I was quad boxing and the other 2 were on the NBA games. I'm like, boy, this was great. If I could just set up a quad box in just regular life, regular TV viewing, that would be even better. Like Planet Earth on one channel with David Attenborough, Love It or List It on another, maybe some like Bar Rescue or Top Chef on one, and then maybe whatever game that I want to throw on the other. Like that's really got me fired up.
It's the smorgasbord you didn't know you needed, Beam.
No, it really is. And what else has me juiced is that I told you at the beginning of the show, it was pandemonium at our house yesterday. So Meredith gets home from work. She's got to jump on a Zoom call at like 3:45. She gets home 3:30, 3:35-ish. Gets home. Theo knocks William over. He hits his head, crying. Our pets' heads are falling off. Mary's like, I got to hop on this Zoom call. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with these guys. Like, Theo's going crazy. He's barking. William's crying. I'm looking around. I'm like, who's good? I'm crumbling. The lights are starting to get bright on me. I'm crumbling under the pressure. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? So
what you do while she's on the Zoom call, you just walk Billy over and sit him on her lap and just walk right out of there.
That's what I should have done. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just get out of the house. Let's go on a little walk. We already went on one earlier, but 2 in a day is not going to kill anyone. So then I got him out of the house. Mayor said, you know what? I'm going to get him out of the house, going to get William out, going to go watch softball games. So that's what they did. And then in that hour, Bob, I could have just hung out there, relaxed for a little bit. I got out and I did yard work. got out and I did yard work. So that was a nice way for me to kind of decompress. So that was pretty good. So very, very juiced about that. And then the weather we're having is just drop dead gorgeous out here right now. I mean, we are the San Diego of the Midwest for a reason. So that's pretty good. So all that's got me fired up here heading into a nice little Wednesday. Also, the crew have me juiced, so hopefully they can bring home a win tonight and I don't have to stay up till 1 o'clock after a loss. So Buckeyes, they hit the portal in the 11th hour yesterday. We'll fill you in on that next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Happy Wednesday to you. Watch for crews clearing out a crash on I-270 westbound near Georgesville Road. Has the left shoulder slightly blocked off. Should be clearing relatively shortly. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Fan traffic is sponsored by ER Auto Care. We are masters of our craft.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese.
Lunch is ready.
He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe and a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank. N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Attention all shoppers, get ready for unbelievable savings at Midwest Vapors. Our shelves are packed with incredible deals and our clearance section is overflowing. From premium cigars to disposables, Midwest Vapors has slashed prices across the board. Don't miss out. Swing by Midwest Vapors today and stock up on your favorites at an incredible price. Midwest Vapors, where quality meets affordability. Visit Midwest Vapors today at 2344 Stringtown Road in Grove City or online at MidwestVaporsOhio.com.
Did you and your family lose Ohio Medicaid and need health coverage? Check this out. You may be eligible to enroll in a low-cost health plan at healthcare.gov. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov offers quality plans that cover doctor visits, prescriptions, emergency care, and more. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We all know breakfast is an important part of your day, but sometimes when you're traveling for business, you end up staying at a hotel that doesn't offer any. You know what happens? You grab a cup of coffee and skip the meal entirely. We've all been there. But if you book a room at La Quinta by Wyndham, you can enjoy their free Bright Side breakfast featuring delicious baked goods, fruit, eggs, yogurt, and waffles. And really, who doesn't want to start their day with a fresh, hot waffle? Tonight, La Quinta, tomorrow you shine. Book direct at lq.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. The Columbus Crew is in Mexico for tonight's second leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup semifinal against Monterrey. The Crew won the first leg 2-1 last week in Columbus. So a win or draw tonight advances them to the finals. The home team has still won every game in the Cavaliers' Magic first-round playoff series. The first 4 games were blowouts. Last night's Game 5 was a nail-biter. Donovan Mitchell scored 28 points, including the game-clinching free throws with 3 seconds left, as Cleveland beat Orlando 104-103 to go up 3-2 in the series. In baseball, Yu Darvish pitched 5 shutout innings and earned his first win of the season as the Padres beat the Reds 6-4 in San Diego. For the 3rd straight game, the Guardians went to extra innings. For the 2nd straight game, they lost in 10 innings. Last night in Houston, pinch hitter Victor Caratini drilled a 2-out, 2-run homer in the bottom of the 10th to give the Astros a 10-9 victory. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan.
miss a minute of the show?
Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Morning Juice and subscribe.
This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 3 of the program for us on a Wednesday. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Take a listen to our podcast today if you're just now joining us. Had Lindsay Patterson on to the 6 o'clock hour talking some Bengals. And then Buckeye Lathan Ransom joined us at the 7 o'clock hour. And it was really cool. I mean, I know that he said that it was cool for him. It was cool for us being able to kind of get to know that young man, Bob, and the strife that he's been through, in his early playing career here. And then hopefully coming out the other side, he's already had really good success here at Ohio State, but the ultimate success and coming through and getting to know him, watching Breaking Bad for the first time, like he's in for a wild ride on that.
The fact that he watched the whole Game of Thrones. Yeah. So I know Shark or Reese are going to be cutting that up. And I'm curious if Bo's going to talk about how they can bring up the Red Wedding, Game of Thrones, all that stuff. I don't want to watch medieval stuff. That's terrible.
I think that's how everybody was like,
And then he's like, man, I get to that. Yeah. And then the fact that, like, Stu was waiting for him to watch the Red Wedding, and he was, oh goodness, who did he say?
Zach Harrison.
He's waiting for Zach to watch it, the next day.
And then I'm sure Zach will talk to somebody who isn't there yet, be like, hey, wait until you get to the Red Wedding.
Well, I remember Rothman and Maddie's excitement when I got there, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to tell you. I knew you would love it.
Because the best part is, too, because I watched it late.
You just sit there, and I'm like, it just ends, Beam. And I'm just staring at the credits like, what
is this? Imagine going back in real time where you weren't caught up on it yet, right?
Was at the end. It was the episode 9, season 4. So we caught it season 5. So we had like a couple more episodes to go, but we were almost there.
So imagine, because I didn't watch that in real time. We caught up by the time, because it took a couple of years to film the last season, right? So we caught up in real time to catch the last season. Or maybe the last 2. I think it was the last 2 seasons when we caught up and we were getting ready to watch it. I can't imagine what that was like, watching that on Sunday night in live time and then having to wait a week for any kind of resolution. Like that would have been awful.
It was like the Father's Day one with
that was great.
Tyrion and Tywin. I'm like, sitting there, I was like, what just happened? Because I think that may have been the point where we were caught up. And I was
because that was
like 5 or 6. I was like, I need more. Like a drug addict. I've been watching these so fast. Now I've got to wait. And then not only wait a week,
hit, man.
Then you had to wait at the end of season 5, Beam. I mean, I was like really strung out. I'm like, I've got to wait all year for these.
You're telling that can't be true.
I was like, I don't know if I can survive. I need more information. I need to know what's happening in a fictional place that never existed. Who knows what time frame?
Doesn't matter, but I need to know what's going on.
It's like, gosh, it was wild.
So it was great stuff from Lathan Ransom. We had a lot of fun with him, talk some Buckeye football in there as well. So would highly recommend that you go back and listen to the podcast if you missed that earlier this morning. And then Berm, he's going to join the program here in about 30 minutes, around 8:35. A little bit later on, then we'll talk some Portal Buckeyes with him coming up.
Hey, keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Oh, I was just going to say, I mean, Berm's on at 8:33, but if you're not going to, maybe you're already at work by then, you just throw us on the stream.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you can hear Berm talk about the portal. 3 new portal entries, what that means. He took 7 as the number and took the over. So Buckeyes portal closed at 6.
Yep.
Under came through. And he's like, there's going to be some surprises. I think maybe Keon Graves was the only one that you look at that a little bit questionable.
Especially, too, coming off the spring game where he had the most snaps, I think, of any wide receiver.
And you played a lot, and it's like, well, where are we going from here? And you've got a lot of veteran guys. You've got some really good young guys. So I get it. And here's the thing. Just because you get in doesn't mean you can't return. So he could always choose to come back, and we'll see how that ultimately works.
So the 3 Buckeyes who are in the portal or who just joined, as of yesterday, too, like you didn't have any movement. You were on the number 3 for a while. Mm-hmm. And we figured, Bob, there would probably be a guy, maybe 2 guys, maybe 3 yesterday, like as the portal was closing. So Nigel Glover, who had already an interesting kind of story, recruited by Northwestern coming out, highest rated Northwestern recruit coming in, He decides to get into the portal after Pat Fitzgerald was fired like in July or early August of last season. So Nigel Glover comes in, spends a year here. You look at that linebacker room, you got Gabe Powers, you have CJ Hicks, you've got Sonny moving down into the box, you have Arvell Reese who's there, you obviously have Cody Simon. Like, there's a lot of dudes in that room. Okay, you spent a year here, maybe you're starting to get the picture starting to paint itself a little bit for you. And then Enoch Vamahi, who we've been talking about, who's offensive lineman, we've been talking about that right side all spring long, ever since the Cotton Bowl. Like, who's going to fill in there? What's this right side of the offensive line? And his name, just in our conversations, hasn't really come up with much. So you start to get the picture. All right, well, if that's happening with us on the outside, I don't know what's going on the inside. I mean, he's been here for a few years now, and he's going to have 1 year of eligibility remaining where he goes. And then, like you mentioned, Keon Gray's getting in there, and that wide receiver room, as we know, is crazy. So those are the three guys who entered yesterday, and then Keon being the one late last night with only a couple hours to go before the portal closed around 8:30 last evening. But those are your three guys. And again, I wouldn't say that there's many of like jaw-dropping, eye-popping surprises in there.
No, I don't. I think everybody there you look and the story plays out for this. Dallin Hayden was probably the one of greatest note that you saw, but everyone else, like Jihad Carter and Nigel Glover, both of those guys being transferred in and then transferred out within a year.
Yeah.
And they got here and were kind of nicked up or, never really got on the field in the way that you would have thought. And so you understand, hey, why they chose to move on. They said Dallin Hayden is the one that's like, okay, he would have probably played. The other guys, you felt like they were kind of getting pinched. There were guys established above them, and the young guys were coming. So I get it. I understand it. I don't think that means that they're not competitive. Sometimes you look at your situation and you're realistic about it. People are like, wow, these guys don't want to compete. I'm like, is it that, or it's just the fact that they know they're in a situation being where they can't probably win that competition?
Yeah.
And they know that, and the coaches have talked to them about it. They've been honest. Hey, this is where these guys are. This is where you are. And, like, Keon, I think, will go somewhere and have a really good career.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good player. They just have the best wide receiver room in college football.
Second to nobody.
I mean, if he went to, like, a Penn State, I think he would be probably their number 2 right now.
Right.
Like, him and Julian Fleming would be their guys. So it's not that they're not good. It's just you're not good enough given the competition around you.
Yeah.
And so, you guys keep coming to this place and you're not scared of it. If it doesn't work out after, a season and a half, you're here for 2 years, in your second spring, and you're like, it's not really working out. I get it.
And that was his situation. It was exactly his situation.
That's why I said you gave it a shot. You worked hard. You got better. You improved. And maybe you would have played. Maybe there would have been injuries and a lot of things.
Of course.
But you never know. So many people they want to say like these guys are scared, whatever. Well, then,
come on.
A lot of them, it's not. I'll tell you if I think a guy doesn't want to compete and is scared and doesn't want to be here. I don't think that's the case. And we just heard Lathan Ransom talk about how he said this is the best room that he's been in as far as culture, locker room, team that he's been, and it's his 5th season here. So as you talk about NIL and portal and everything, if you bring in the right guys and do the right things will always work out the way that they're supposed to.
It'll correct back.
It'll self-correct all the time. You have guys in the locker room that handle it, that deal with it, that will self-correct. And you don't have a bunch of guys that are egomaniacs, that are scared of competition. You see that in the media. You see that in everywhere else.
Yeah.
People doing this, these relationships, how's that working? Oh, I'm worried because of this with me or that person there. Hey, you know what I've always found in life? If you work hard and do a really good job, things generally work out for you.
Be some speed bumps along the way.
I didn't say it's going to be perfect.
Right.
I didn't say it's going to be easy. I said it will generally work out.
51-49.
It may feel like last night with you, with old Billy.
Yeah.
And the dog, and it's some chaos, and Meredith's abandoning you for some alleged...
Burn the ships! Burn the ships!
Some continuing ed that may or may not exist. She may have been talking to friends having a glass of wine in there.
You know what? I didn't even go up there and check.
Hey, I'm going to need to make sure you're actually on a Zoom here and doing something. Because
why are people laughing up there on that Zoom call?
Why do you need a glass of wine during your Zoom? Maybe she's part of a book club or something.
I thought it was really interesting when he was talking about Davis and Igbinosun. And I know that you've said that too, but hearing a player perspective of him coming in, And not oftentimes do you see that, right, in sports or really anything where a person comes in immediately has an impact, and especially in a room like that where it's a veteran-driven in that defense. Guys are deciding to come back. Now, I know he came in last year, so now he's kind of a part of that group. Yeah. But how he immediately comes in and makes that better. And I thought it was, I mean, Lathan's been here. This is his 5th year here at Ohio State. Yeah. And for him to say that, it's like, well, that guy is a Buckeye, you know?
Oh, Lathan's a dog, man.
Yeah.
And Davidson, like, ultra dog. Like you said, he's trash talking. I mean, Schlegs is the only one that he can talk trash to about his calves. But outside of that, I mean, Davidson wants to compete with everybody all the time in everything. And so you get guys like that. That's the culture of your room. You have, you listen to Lathan for, a half hour.
Yeah.
Phenomenal young man. And he's surrounded by a lot of other phenomenal young men. Those guys, and they enhance the competition. They all want to work. They all want to be the best. They're faith-driven, quality human beings that show up and work really hard. And when you have a team like that, it makes it more pleasant to come in. You attract other guys like that. And guys, some guys just don't fit in because they don't want to be competitive enough, or they don't want to grind, they don't want to sacrifice things. Then it's like, all right, maybe this isn't your place, but maybe this isn't for you. But I want to tell you about this. If you're spending money to replace your home's windows, it's rarely something you're going to get excited about. Usually you do it because your energy bills suck or your current windows look like trash and you don't really feel good about it. But working with Pella Columbus, the local Pella Columbus team, my eyes are open, your eyes are going to be open. New windows can legitimately change the entire look of your home. You don't notice them when they're bad, but then you notice them when they're good. They've got the colors and styles like I've never seen. They'll fit your home. They'll fit your budget. They can change everything. Don't discount it. And they're going to save you money on your utility bills as well. So go see my friends at PellaColumbus.com or check them out at their new showroom up in Polaris.
Hopefully it's going to be a big late night for us here in Central Ohio. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, a couple of issues to let you know about across your Central Ohio roadways. First, Wilson Road slightly blocked off going southbound because of a crash right near the 70 entrance ramp. Keep that in mind if you're coming in from the west side. Also, on I-270 westbound at Georgesville Road, the left shoulder slightly blocked off due to a crash. And out in the Plain City area, the left lane is blocked on 161 eastbound at Post Road because of a crash that has traffic slow moving going eastbound. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Glow Fiber. Glow Fiber Business is now in Ohio. With prepackaged and customized fully fiber optic business internet solutions, call 1-833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today.
Safe Auto Insurance is now Direct Auto Insurance. What's the difference? Basically, the name. Direct Auto offers savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, just like you're used to, which means you never have to make trade-offs when it comes to paying for car insurance. So don't even think about carpooling to work with talkative Ted. It's time to stop compromising and keep driving with Direct Auto. Get a free quote at directauto.com or call 1-877-GO-DIRECT. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Tracy, over to you for weather.
The sun must be shining, Dave, because the 7 for 7 sale is back at Meijer. Mix or match hundreds of items like extra large avocados and mangoes, Kraft macaroni and cheese, and Glass O vitamin water. Pick any 7 for just $7. There's a strong chance of saving with the same quality Meijer deals in-store or online. Back to you, Dave.
Sounds great, Tracy.
Deals so good, you've just got to talk about them. Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
Common Man and T-Bone are known for many things. And while great radio ain't one of them, shoving food down their gullets is their specialty. Join Man and Bone for Fat Boy Food Tip.
Live at 3 or on the podcast.
Your home for fat. The Fan.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spending the money to replace our home's windows is rarely something we get excited about. We usually do it because our energy bills suck or our current windows, well, they're too messed up. But in working with the local Pella Columbus team, my eyes have been opened. New windows can legitimately change the entire look of your home. They've got windows in colors and styles like I've never seen, and they can change everything. So go see my friends at PellaColumbus.com or check them out at their brand new Polaris showroom.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey folks, it's game day and the betting's gonna be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right, you gotta pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Glow Fiber Business is now in Ohio, and your business is our priority. Glow Fiber delivers reliably fast, custom, and prepackaged internet plans to meet the growing needs of your business. And our dependable 24/7 personal support means your business stays connected. Glow Fiber is here, and we mean business. Find out more at 833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today. Glow Fiber Business is not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Get ready for a sunny Wednesday with temperatures back to the 80s this afternoon after a cool start to the day with temperatures in the 40s and 50s this morning. 80s coming back by Thursday afternoon. Clouds will increase throughout the day Thursday, along with a small rain chance by the end of the day. Better rain chances Friday as temperatures start to cool into the weekend. I'm Doppler 10 meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Panic and passion. Is that a motivational quote or the title of an adult romance novel? You're listening to Morning Juice.
Well, the NBA playoffs, we know that they've already tipped off, but it's never too late to get into the action with FanDuel. Listen to this. New customers, you're going to get $300 in bonus bets with any winning $5 bet. So if you bet the Cavs last night on the money line, like I know that Shark did because Cavs are at home, and now he's going to bet for the Magic coming up on Friday's game because he thinks that home court's going to prevail throughout this series. That's $300 to use. So you could bet a $5 money line bet, $300 to use on same-game parlays, live bets, championship futures, who's going to win NBA Finals MVP. I guess we got to get to the finals first. Who's going to be knocked out? All kinds of good stuff over with our good friends over at FanDuel.
Absolutely, Shark. The $300. You can get paid that Magic on the money line tonight and get paid for your misery. If you want a same game parlay that, a Magic win, maybe with some Donovan Mitchell production, points, rebounds, whatever you want to do, it's all there. Just go to FanDuel.com/juice to get started. Remember, there's no better place to bet all of the playoff action. America's #1 sportsbook, FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Must be 21 or older in present Ohio. First online real money wager, only $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued is now withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
Higher likelihood, Shark, that the Cavs get through either, we'll say this round and the next round. Or you want me to say this round? Higher likelihood that the Cavs get through this round or LeBron comes back and plays for them next year.
Cavs get through this round. Now, next round, I'm not so sure about.
Well, that's why I was going to add that in there, and then you stopped me in my tracks. It was a great win for the Cavs last night. 1 point victory over the Orlando Magic. Evan Mobley, the strife in his face when he is tracking back to get the block on Franz Wagner. was pretty tremendous. I mean, he all intents and purposes saved the game and potentially saved the series for them. Like, you lose that game at home, you go back to Orlando, Bob, where you have been a disaster offensively. Like, now all of a sudden you're up against it. Like, Evan Mobley for now could have saved the Cavs season as they're up 3-2 heading into a Game 6 on Friday.
Well, you haven't won on the road, so if you lost last night, you wouldn't have felt good about the situation. Shark, they say a series doesn't begin until someone wins on the road.
That's true.
And you know what else could be true? It could also end. The series could end when the road team wins on Friday.
Yeah, how about that? I feel pretty Shark. If I'm a Cavs fan, I feel as good as I possibly could. If you look at the East right now, it is like utter chaos. What's going on?
Well, I mean,
there's injuries all over the place.
With Giannis and Dame out, Milwaukee's probably cooked. And although they go into Indiana and win by 25 last night, and then, Joel's got nobody around him in Philadelphia. So
And they won last night.
Joel got a big win last night.
Jalen Brunson scored 40, and they still won.
So we call him Joel, Bob.
Well,
Joel.
Barkley calls him Joel.
And Barkley also.
You got Kristaps Porzingis out for the Celtics for an extended period.
Or the Knicks, even.
Or Knicks. No. Wait.
Barkley also takes a flamethrower to the city of Galveston.
No, Porzingis plays for the Celtics.
He does.
Celtics. He played for the Knicks like 5 years ago. Don't try to trick me with my NBA knowledge. NBA Bob's locked
Dingus.
In. Exactly.
Yeah, Charles. Did you see the Galveston clip of him just taking a flamethrower to Galveston, the city of Galveston, Texas?
Who did?
Charles Barkley did.
What did he say?
He said he's like, the Suns. He said something. He's like about the Suns. Like, we're not going to send them to Cabo. We're sending them to Galveston.
Oh, jeez.
He's like, they don't
dirty water.
Yeah, he's like, they got dirty water. And then apparently, you know how people are on the internet. I guess Beyonce's mom's from there, so like all the Beyonce fan came after Charles Barkley, and he was like, I'm not apologizing to anybody.
I love it.
He goes, I'm sorry to the city of Galveston. And then he doubled down. He goes, I'd rather spend it in San Antonio. And then Shaq's like, what do you got in San Antonio? Then he went down his like famous, the reason why I don't go to San Antonio.
He actually litigated it?
Both times, like, continued to torch Galveston and then rehash the old San Antonio wounds at the same time. I don't think I've ever seen Shaq laugh more in his life. Like, he was like body convulsing, pounding on the desk.
I'm not apologizing to anyone. It just comes out right away.
Yeah.
If you think you're going to shame me into apologizing, that's not happening.
It was great. It was great. Crew at Monterey tonight at 10:15. Here's the scenario. I'll break it down. And I was explaining this to our boss Fish yesterday, and his eyes like went cross at it. You win and you're through to the final.
All right. Win and you're in.
Win and you're in. You draw.
What's a draw?
You tie.
Okay. Same scores.
Same score.
Okay, good.
You draw. You tie the game and you're in.
Okay. So win, draw, /tie, you're moving on to the championship.
Correct.
What if we lose?
If you lose by a score of 1-0, you are dead. All right.
I don't like that.
So you want to go down there and get a goal. You get a goal, you're feeling okay.
How about if we score a goal but lose by 1?
If you score a goal and you lose by 1, and that score happens to be 2-1, then you go to the 30 minutes of extra time.
How about if we lose 3-2?
3-2, you advance because you have more road goals.
So if we score 2 goals,
you're feeling good. Unless you lose, if you score 2 goals and lose by 1, you're in.
If we score 2 goals and give up 4, then I'm quitting anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of goals in a soccer
Don't
match.
lose by 2 and don't lose 1-0.
There you go.
That's basically how you get through to the next round.
I like that.
And then here's the kicker, which really made our boss's mind explode. That I said, if you get into extra time, and let's just say that it's obviously 2-1 on the series, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you get into extra time and the Crew score to make it 2-2 in the game, which then gives them a 4-3 lead on aggregate, Monterey would then have to score 2 goals in that extra time to get past the Crew because the away goal still holds more weight.
A lot of brain damage. Winning, you're in.
Winning, you're in.
Tying,
That's it.
you're in.
Go down there, win or tie. That's all you need to do.
And if you score a goal, you're in a pretty good spot.
You're in a good spot. Score a goal, win or tie. Boom.
2 goals is even better.
Yeah.
Cucho, fire him up.
Fire him up. Let's go down there. I mean, the fact, too, that you could, in the course of, I don't even know when the first leg against T. Grace was, the possibility of you going down there and knocking Tigres out in Monterrey, and then a stadium that is 10 miles away from Tigres Stadium, going back down there in Mexico and doing it again a few weeks later is a remarkable situation that this club finds themselves in.
I've been telling you this for the last 20 years. They're the hardest working team in North America.
They are. They bring their hard hat. They bring their lunch pail.
Rothman once said, it's boring enough already. But
you know what? I'm going to make the fan poll a soccer poll.
Yes, we are.
Just so AR can analyze it and break it down later on the show. And I'm going to get it out of my silo and listen to that when he does.
I enjoy listening to AR and Maddie.
Oh, they're great.
It's fun.
Yeah, they're great. It's the same age difference, like I guess AR's a lot younger than you, Shark. No, sorry about that.
I don't know if I'd use the term a lot.
Not a lot.
I didn't know. But I mean, Maddie's my age, and AR's what, 10 years younger than you, 12 years younger than you, Shark?
AR
10?
I'm not going to say that, Beam.
All right. AR, I would say, is 10 to 12 years younger, about 12 years, 13 years younger than Shark.
Yeah, but it's no, not that much.
Maybe 10.
Well, 13 years younger would be 50, and I met Anthony 30 years ago.
Okay, you're almost 51, Shark. So, or
I'm
61.
almost 64.
Or 64.
Yeah.
I would say probably 12 then. Maybe 10.
Maybe 8. Maybe 6. Maybe 4. Maybe AR is older. But the best part about them is, like, they are just so categorically different in their reference. Like, their reference points in which they draw from they could not be more opposite. I'm going to listen to both those guys break down soccer as we do our fan poll.
You know what they say in soccer? Do that soccer.
Let's do that soccer. Just go down into Mexico and get a goal. You're going to be all right. Berm, he joins us to recap the Portal Combat and update us on the Buckeyes next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and a happy Wednesday to you. Right now, we're watching a crash out in the Plain City, Dublin area that has the left lane blocked on 161 eastbound near Post Road. Traffic is slow moving going eastbound. Also still watching a crash on Wilson Road near the I-70 entrance ramp that has southbound traffic blocked off. And on 270 westbound at Georgesville Road, there is a crash that has the left shoulder blocked and westbound traffic slightly slow moving. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
If you love your meals with a taste of exploration, check out the Latin Flavors event at Kroger. Embark on new culinary adventures with vibrant tastes and fresh possibilities, with Latin-themed inspiration and palate-pleasing recipes available in store and online. It's the Kroger Latin Flavors event, now through May 7th. We hope to see you there.
And right now, 16-ounce packages of Private Selection Angus 90% lean ground sirloin are $4.99 each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey folks, Austin Ward here, and I'm going to piggyback on what Chops has already challenged you all with, dropping 40 pounds by the 4th of July. Sounds crazy, right? Well, I dropped 50 in that same amount of time with Awaken 180. 40 by the 4th is a cakewalk? Yeah, put a real goal on your calendar. It changes the game. Imagine this, your scale is flashing 230 pounds today. What if I told you it could read 190 by the 4th of July? Maybe it's sitting at 300 right now. Think about how sweet 260 would look. Easier on the eyes, and hey, for me, it's been easier on the golf course too. It's totally doable. Look at the stats. Me, 50 pounds. Chops, 95 pounds. Scotty Vegas is already down 40. We're talking real results, attainable goals, and a process so simple it feels like cheating, except it's totally legit. Awaken 180 is the cheat code we all need. Drop your 40 by the 4th and celebrate with a cracked beer and burger in hand like me. It starts with one call to Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Dial 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Are you hangry for Buckeye baseball? Matt Andrews brings you every Big Ten game on our family of fan networks. 1460 AM, the Fan's HD2, and the Fan app. Your home for Ohio State athletics, the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
This is the absolute worst time of the year to be dealing with joint pain. You can't do the stuff outdoors you love, the stuff you want to do, the hiking, the running, the playing on the beach. It's being around friends and family. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. If you're tired of achy joints, you need to call my friend friends over at QC Kinetics before you agree to any risky surgeries or steroids or harmful medications. That's what tens of thousands of real-life patients around the country did, just like me with my knee. My dad did with his knee. Some of our friends and family who have done it with knees and shoulders and a variety of joints. They're out walking around now, enjoying the time outside. Or you could be like a guy like Chad, who wants to live life to the fullest, but his knees have been bothering him. He's been on pain meds forever. He went to crutches on his high school reunion, but that was before he found QC Kinetics, and now he's bouncing around like the pain is gone. And QC Kinetics has a national director in Dr. Mitchell Sheencup, who's been doing this for over 20 years. So go check him out at 614-208-4544. That's 614-208-4544.
Hi, this is ESPN's Mike Greenberg, and ESPN Bet is ready to take you through all the biggest sports moments this spring. The official sports book of ESPN has exclusive offers and markets from Scott Van Pelt, Stephen A. Smith, and me. From the playoff intensity to finally getting out to the ballpark, there's no better time for sports fans. Sign up today, and new users get $100 in bonus bets for making any sportsbook bet. Download ESPN Bet today. What a play.
Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Hey, are you having a hard time dealing with high-interest credit card debt? It's normal, and a SoFi personal loan could help you save thousands by consolidating your DEBT to one low fixed monthly payment. You could get $5,000 to $100,000 as soon as the same day you sign, with no fees required. It only takes 60 seconds to view your rate, and it won't affect your credit score. View your rate at SoFi.com/paid-off. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions at SoFi.com/paid-off. NMLS 696891.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Beam has a baby face. Bobby has soft hands. That should not stop you from listening to this show. This is Morning Juice.
Here's along here, Wednesday edition of the program. Brandon B, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Right now, we're heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, checking with our good friend. He is Jeremy Birmingham, a.k.a. the Berminator. Berm, thanks so much, buddy. Thanks for coming on the program. Now, Bob said that you set the over-under. You thought 7 guys were going to be in the portal. I know that he wants to yell at you because the under came in last night late. We got 6 guys, but really, I guess, Berm, when you started to break it down, not too many surprising names on this list of the second portal entries.
No, not any surprising names, really. I think what's more surprising is that there weren't a couple other names that were added. I mean, you certainly can look at the roster, and that's been really the conversation for the last 2.5 weeks. Like, you can look at the roster and see a handful of guys that are basically stuck in the middle of either being a veteran who's expected to play this year or a really talented young guy who's a major part of the future. And then there's that group of guys in the middle that are third-year guys, that maybe you don't see a path to being a contributor this year or really in the future. And a lot of those guys stuck it out. Now, that says a lot about the Ohio State coaching staff. It says a lot about the closeness of the team and what they think they're going to accomplish this year, I think.
Berm, how many of these guys were you texting and messaging to try to lure them into the portal so you would look like the hero?
0, Bob.
I'm going to have to subpoena your phone records on that because I'm not sure. I know you love to be right more than anything. What does this say to you? I mean, the fact, and all joking aside, I thought 5 to 7 seemed like a pretty good number. It wouldn't have been surprising if it was maybe closer to 10, but the fact that it was this small number and there weren't any surprises, anyone you thought, hey, there's a pathway to play, and you got kind of maybe lured out for NIL money or other reasons?
I mean, it's surprising because if you take this back to the December transfer portal, I mean, we're talking a total of, 20 guys, right, that left Ohio State?
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of players. A lot. And none of them were really guys that were expected to be contributors for this season. So, or really down the road. So, it does speak, again, to just the way that the roster has been constructed, the way that Ryan Day and his staff have dealt with the players in their respective rooms, and letting guys know the truth. And I think a lot of times people appreciate that more than they let on, because it is easy to sell a kid a pipe dream. But they're at Ohio State. They recruit kids. You guys had Lathan in there this morning, right? So you learn from talking to these kids that you recruit kids that are mentally tough. and they go through a lot. And sometimes the idea of walking away from something when there is the potential for a really great season and a really lifelong memory, like that's hard to just walk away from, and even for a little bit of money, which is what obviously a lot of schools around the country are trying to come at Ohio State with and say, hey, you're a third string guy at Ohio State or on the 2 deep at Ohio State, we can pay you more, but like there's more to it than that.
Yeah, we had, like you just mentioned, Berm, we had Lathan on earlier on in the show, and he was just talking about the culture and how everybody coming back, and there was unfinished business for him at a personal level, but yet at a team level. And I think it's pretty impressive given kind of where we're at with college football right now, with the transfer portal, with the movement of players, that you had a group of guys come in, decide together that, you know what, I could go off and accomplish my dream of being an NFL player, but I'm not ready to go there just quite yet. I think it commends the culture over to that program a lot with where everything is at right now.
Well, especially considering the reality that it could have been very starkly different. You look at that 2021 class, and Lathan was obviously in the 2020 class, but the crux of this returning core is all in that 2021 class, and Ohio State could have had 12 guys drafted this past weekend instead they had 4 because those guys didn't leave. And it is different in this era. And, some of that is probably just the bad taste of what's happened the last couple of seasons and the desire to get back and beat Michigan. And it's a perfect storm for Ohio State. I don't know that I would expect it to be this calm in the future based on just the way college football is trending, at least until, collective bargaining and all that stuff really gets narrowed down. But the timing of this and the perfect stormness of it all is something that Ohio State really took advantage of.
So what is, spring ball's over, it's May. May historically, as always, coaches get out on the road, they go visit high schools. What does May look like now, the recruiting calendar? When can official visits start at Ohio State? Are there unofficials, coaches out? Who are they seeing commits coming in for this upcoming class? Kind of how's this timeline all working?
Well, official visits could have started last month. Ohio State doesn't ever really do theirs. Their first official visit weekend is going to start the May 28th weekend, and then they'll run it every weekend until the June 22nd weekend. Coaches are already on the road. They started that last week. A lot of schools around Ohio are opening up their weight rooms and their practice fields for like showcase events where they have college coaches come in and watch everyone. The Buckeyes are still hosting kids on campus. There's a 5-star offensive lineman from Georgia. His name is Josh Petty on campus today, getting his first visit at Ohio State. You're going to see them do that throughout the month. It doesn't stop. They're, like I said, they've been on the road. Ryan Day was at the Under Armour camp in Canton on Sunday with his son RJ, and watching players there. Like it is a nonstop exercise at this juncture, and it's fun to be a part of it because it makes the off season go by a lot faster. But it's a lot of work for these guys. They've been on the road and scrambling to get back to host big players and do all that for 3 weeks, and then official visits started, and then it's a mad rush for 4 weeks, and then they'll get a couple weeks off in end of June and early July.
Enough with where the coaches are going to be at, Berm. The people want to know where you're going to be at. What travel plans do we have? What camps are we going to? 7-on-7 events,
high school parking lots.
Yeah. What are our travel plans here for the next month or so during the month of May?
Well, I was obviously in Canton on Sunday and for the Under Armour camp. Going back and forth between maybe heading to New Jersey this weekend for another Under Armour camp, or maybe down to Florida for a big 7-on-7 tournament down there. It might be too late to arrange that, but today I'm going to see a state choir competition in Nowhereville, Michigan, to watch my stepdaughter's senior class try to. So that's the more important thing.
Well, okay, I just have a follow up on that. And this is me just being interested in this.
Feel to
how do you grade a choir competition?
I don't. But I guess they get graded on like a 1, 2, or a 3, right, babe? 1, 2, 3? Yeah. They get graded on a 1, 2, or 3, and the 1 is good.
Wait, no 5 stars?
No, you get graded.
You want to be a 1-star.
As an ensemble, and I don't know much about it. It's a 90-minute drive for about 15 minutes of singing, and then back in the car. So So that's the most important thing today.
That sounds tremendous.
There are a lot of coaches around Ohio today because like the Southwest Ohio, like Springfield area has their showcases today. So basically all the schools in that area arranged to do their showcases on the same day at different times throughout the day so coaches can go from place to place. So that's happening today.
They do one of those in Central Ohio. I know Pickerington North is part of it, Upper Arlington. Are you going to be at some of those, Berm, cruising around?
Yeah, that is the intention. We got May 6th down in the Cincinnati area. I'm going to try to get to May 16th down in the Cincinnati area. We've got May 13th in Miami Trace area. We've got, like I said, today, May 1st, we got Miamisburg, Springboro, Centerville, Fairmont, Northmont, Springfield, Wayne. So it's a lot of places to see. The 16th is an unfortunate day because that's also Northeast Ohio. It's also, I think, Northwest Ohio. So people have to kind of choose, but. It's a good time, Bob. We'll see you there.
So May 7th is the one next week that I think Pick North is, right? That's North and Arlington and all the local schools here in Central Ohio. Yeah, they're in there too. And then I think Hartley as well. So, yeah, it sounds like you're going to have a busy month. Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Go be great today. Let's channel our inner glee. We want 1-star reviews all across the board. Bring home that dub, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
All right, guys.
Hey, don't lose your pitch pipe. Get them ready, okay?
I never lose the pitch pipe, Bob.
I know.
There he goes. Berm with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems.
You don't grab a man's pitch pipe when he's in the middle of a funky groove.
We're going to reveal our fan poll next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now we are still watching slow-moving traffic on 33 eastbound out in the Plain City area from a crash earlier this morning. We're also still watching a little bit of lingering slow-moving traffic on 270 westbound at Georgesville Road because of a crash from earlier. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors, voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Tropical Smoothie Cafe here with your daily reminder to get on Tropic Time. Take 10. Sip a refreshing smoothie and manifest that you're Cabana side. Slayed hot yoga? Treat yourself. Crushed back-to-back meetings? Get that me time. Adulted a little extra today? You deserve a vacay. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Self-care alert, new Tropic Bowls are here. Try one of our 4 flavors like our new acai bowl. Your vacay is a Tropic Bowl away.
This is the sound of a well-tuned air conditioner ready for summer. This is the sound of an air conditioner that was not tuned up by Apex Pros.
Excuse me, I represent the Don't Make Stuff Up on the Radio Association.
I'm kind of doing something here.
That sound of a not tuned up air conditioner?
Oh, you mean this?
You made that up.
Well, it's a dramatization. See, most air conditioner troubles can be prevented with a simple tune-up before summer by Apex Pros. The pros who knows.
And that.
The pros who knows.
You can't say sentences like that.
Well, look, it's just our cute way of saying
that cute bear. Does a bear tune up my AC?
What? No, it's people. I mean, a person, a guy, maybe a gal.
Making stuff up.
An Apex tune-up helps your AC last longer, lowers your energy bills, and prevents this.
You did it again.
Man, you're a real hothead. Sit under this air conditioning.
What air conditioning? I don't hear any...
See? Schedule a tune-up at ApexPros.com.
Hi, it's Alex, the friendly Apex Bear. No doubt about it, Columbus loves Apex Pros. ApexPros.com.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from the other window place.
So, Wilson, you're running a window deal.
Yep. Buy one window, get 2 free. Or 5 or 10. It's all the same.
Oh.
Well, it's not real, but it sounds good to the buyer, so...
That does not sound good.
Oh, it is not. What's your deal?
So we have 5 different window lines so that all budgets can afford Pella without an unreal deal.
Lame.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and the hoops action is heating up, and Tipico Sportsbook is the best place to bet on the playoff action. Enjoy the most rewarding sportsbook with the hottest promos. Bet on select games. Earn a bet credit for each three-pointer made. Continue to rack up the rewards with the highest cash back in the industry with up to 5% cash back on your bets. Sign up now. Enter the promo code TheFan100 to get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $25. Download the Tipico Sportsbook app today. That's promo code TheFan100. Must be 21 or older, physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ohio Mulch, Landscape Supply.
Hi, this is Ron Frost with Ohio Mulch, and here's to Ohio Mulch celebrating 40 years of making the community a greener and more beautiful place, one garden at a time. Don't miss out on the opportunities to elevate your outdoor space and to be part of a journey towards the next 40 successful years. Check out our promotions online at ohiomulch.com.
Ohio Mulch, Landscape Supply. Greener, greener, better.
Hey there, business ballers and entrepreneurs. Ready to make your financial dreams come true? Well, get ready to score big with SwishFunding.com, the slam dunk solution for all your business funding needs. Just like that satisfying swish when the ball goes in, SwishFunding.com guarantees you a seamless funding experience. Working capital, expanding your business, upgrading your equipment, or even covering payroll. If you have at least $25,000 in monthly revenue and been in business for at least 1 year, qualifying is easier than a layup. At Swish Funding, we fund up to $5 million in 24 hours. SwishFunding.com's team will guide you every step of the way. No more banking red tape, just quick, decisive action to get you back in the game. Head over to SwishFunding.com and slam dunk your financial goals today. Remember, it's not just a shot in the dark, it's a surefire swish. Go to SwishFunding.com. That's SWISH funding.com. SwishFunding.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're off to a cool start out there this morning with temperatures in the 40s. We'll be up to the 80s by the afternoon. A good amount of sunshine throughout the day today. 80s returning Thursday afternoon. Possibly some rain by late Thursday afternoon and evening, but better rain chances by Friday as temperatures cool heading into the weekend. I'm Doppler 10 meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. A radio show hosted by two former football players, one slightly more successful than the other. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Wrapping things up here, little Wednesday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark, and we here on the Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Healthy, leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them online at feelgreatcolumbus.com. Uncle Bo and the boys. They're going to be on after we're done, talking a little Cavs this morning. They're going to talk to Dan Murphy of ESPN coming up at 10:33. That should be a good one. And then Keith Smith talking some NBA action coming up at 11:33. They'll do Hey Guys right at the top of the 11 o'clock hour as well. So a fun show for those guys coming up here today. We just got a lot of stuff happening. What are you up to on this nice little Wednesday?
Oh, goodness. Well, I got a couple of meetings, Beam.
I'm in one of those.
Yeah. Got a meeting after this, a little show meeting. Got a couple other meetings throughout the day.
It's a highlight of my week.
Trying to confirm some of the other stuff that I've got going on today. No games, I believe, tonight.
Nice.
So maybe just enjoy some of this nice weather. We got some practices, a little lacrosse. A little lacrosse tonight from the two middle kids. Swimming, some football, lifting, all that stuff. But yeah, no games. So Wednesday should be good. And rolling along. So excited about that.
Good, man. Good. I got really nothing planned today either. Be excited about that. I got a late night ahead of me tonight, so I don't know what the situation is going to be with like a nap. I might have the rare one. It might be the rare midweek cup of coffee that I have at like 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh yeah,
because it's gonna be a long night.
Do you have any beverages when you watch the game?
No,
it's all business watching.
This is 100% business watching. Yeah.
It feels so good when you get to have anxiety drinks, though, during the game. Like, I'm a nervous eater and drinker, and the worst thing is for me when I'm watching games, because I'll just consume more just because I need to fidget and, like...
You need to, actively do something?
I need to be doing something.
Yeah.
And so usually that's like pouring a drink, drinking the drink, eating the snacks, and just rotating that over as fast as I can.
That's how I am usually with the Bears on Sunday. Like for the Buckeyes, I can't because I'm obviously like in here watching the game.
Yeah, I mean, you can still do that.
I guess I could nervous eat in here.
Just tell Tim he'll hang up and listen.
Yeah, well, which is basically our entire postgame show. It's just me saying, Tim, Kyle McCord. And then it's Tim off to the races for 6 minutes. Tim, Marvin Harrison Jr. And then he just, that's a segment down. And then we do a scoreboard segment, and he plays all the sound and talks about Kansas, and then the show's over.
Talks about Kansas.
Then we're done. Then we get to go home after that, and then we get to replay some of Ryan Day from his press conference. We usually have an assistant coach on the program.
Yeah,
it's over. Like that hour is the fastest hour of radio that we do all week because it's immediate aftermath of like what goes on in the game for the Buckeyes. So don't do that. That's usually reserved for the first 6 or 7 Sundays in the fall, when I think the Bears have any shot of doing anything in the season. And then by the time that November rolls around, I'm like, I don't even care at this point.
Yeah.
I've been beaten down by them for so long.
It's destroyed. Hope is all.
Then it becomes enjoyment drinking where I'm just having fun watching the other games on the quad box.
Absolutely.
That's really what you want. But no, it's all business tonight. It's all business tonight.
I like it. That's exciting.
10-15 kickoff.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle all that.
It'll be a lot. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be a rough day for me tomorrow. I'll put it that way. It's not going to be very fun. Shark, you'll be up. Are you going to sit there and you'll sit down and watch the Crew game tonight?
I've got baseball games to watch, Beam.
Shark, this game doesn't end until midnight.
Where do you think the Reds are right now?
I know they're in San Diego, but you have a last channel on your remote.
I do.
There's a lot of downtime in baseball.
For a guy who loves Central Ohio as much as you,
what channel?
I think it's on CBS Sports, Sports Network. If I have it right, I think it was on.
If I remember,
it's either CBS Sports or FS1. I don't know exactly what the channel is tonight, but that's where I'm going to be at about 10:15 later on this evening. Meredith will have been in bed for 45 minutes. So we'll have that going for us. And then I'll probably be able...
Hopefully Billy wakes up to watch the game with you.
Don't you put that evil on me. Don't you dare put that evil on me. I will probably, if the Crew score...
Standing up, shaking the side of his crib.
So that's what he's been doing. Lately he's been pretty good about it, but there was a couple of nights ago where he was standing up, and we had those little sleep sack things that we put him in so he can't
to zip you in.
Yeah, he can't get his knees up to then crawl over and then fall out of the crib.
When that happens, you'll hear the loud.
Well, when that happens, I'm putting on that crib tent that you got me.
You tell
to make sure we're stopping the escape.
Everybody wants to talk trash about it until you see him starting to escape.
Yeah, it'll first before we resort to the crib tent, it will be lowering the mattress.
Yep. There's stages to get you there.
Oh, Coach, we're already in those stages. I told you he's already gone from first steps 3 weeks ago to now full-on sprint.
Yeah.
He made it from the time that Meredith was doing something yesterday. It was right after she got off her Zoom call. She forgot something upstairs. I'm watching the end of the Real Madrid-Bayern Munich game yesterday, and Mayor's like, I got to go upstairs. I got to get something. It was 15 seconds. He was gone out and already on the second step before I caught up to him. And I'm like, okay, we didn't have the gate closed because Mom was upstairs. Yeah. And then I'm like, you just can't take your eyeballs off.
The other best part of the crib topper Beam is for nap time during the day, in case you can't get the room fully dark, you can put a blanket over it like a bird cage. It's nighttime.
Boom.
Just lower the blanket down.
God, that's a great idea, actually.
We thought 4 kids, you eventually think of it all. It takes you a couple times to get there, though.
We've got the blackout curtains, but again, when it's sunshine out, it's hard to block out 100% of the sunlight.
The bird cage.
That's why I like when it's gray and cloudy during the middle of the day, which means that he's going to take a way better nap. Before we get out of here today, our daily fan poll is sponsored by ER Auto Care, masters of our craft. Today's fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. What happens to the Crew tonight in their game against Monterrey down in Mexico? You win and you're through. You draw and you're through. If you lose 1-0, you are out of the tournament. If you lose
2-1.
No. Well, not technically, because then you would go to extra time. You could lose in the extra time, but a 2-1 result would not see you out of the tournament. Or if you lose by 2 goals. So those are your results tonight. I think you're going to go down there and get a draw. Why are you confused, Shark? What did I confuse you about?
I thought if we didn't win or draw, we had to lose by 1, but we had to score at least 2 goals.
No,
just 1.
Yeah, 1. You could lose 2-1, and you would go to extra time. You would go to the overtime, and then possibly to a penalty shootout if it's tied 2-1, because that was the same score that was here. I think you're going to go down there and get a draw tonight. I think they're going to go down, get a draw. I think it's going to be 1-1, and those last 10 minutes of the game around midnight are going to be anxiety.
You'll drink 4 beers in 10 minutes.
I've done more.
Stop him.
I've done more.
Clear
Patrick Schulte, fall back. Bob, I had so much fun today. What do you say we do it again on a nice little Thursday if they allow? So you good with that?
I'm game.
Everybody have a great day. Uncle Bo and the boys, they are next. We are back live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., hopefully recapping the Columbus Crew and the CONCACAF Champions Cup final. Talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching slow-moving traffic on 161 near the Plain City area from a crash earlier this morning in those eastbound lanes. Expect traffic to be a little bit slow-moving over there. Also, a little bit slow-moving on 270 westbound near Georgesville Road from a crash that had the left shoulder blocked. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
This is a Fan Action Update.
This action update is brought to you by Tipico. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. The Cavs find a way to pull off the win last night and take a 3-2 lead in the series against the Magic. Cleveland was minus 200 on the money line. Did not cover the 4.5. The Bucks and 76ers both win as underdogs to stay alive and force game 6s. Tonight, the Celtics are a 14-point favorite over the Heat, and the Mavs are a 3-point favorite over the Clippers. For your Tipico action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Now that spring is here, it's a great time to get your roof inspected to see how it made it through the winter. Call Schottenstein Roofing at 614-321-8888 or go to schottensteinroofing.com to find out about their interest-free finance options. Schottenstein Roofing, a proud partner of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
We see it every day. A guy comes into the men's clinic and guess what? The pills quit working, or they're sick of the side effects. And you know what else we see? Guys not confident in their relationship. At Columbus Men's Clinic, we're the leaders in bedroom confidence. Understanding if you even need ED or low T treatment should be the first step. And the next should be choosing the treatment or treatment combination to build your confidence. Our urologist and physician group is offering professional, modern treatments with success rates as high as 92% and decades of experience. Our doctors are not going to send you an email with what might work for most people. We are results-driven. Concierge. You don't pay for medication, it's included, but you invest in the time it takes to get you where you want to be. We've built an experience with discretion that takes the worry out of going to the doctor. In fact, we've normalized it for guys all over Columbus. Come see our friendly team in Columbus and find out why we've been #1 in men's health for years. Get a consultation and low T blood work with results on your first visit for $99. Get your confidence back in the bedroom and beyond. Go to columbusmensclinic.com and book your appointment today. columbusmensclinic.com.
A system for every home and every budget with Logan Services. Get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a qualifying train system. It's hard to stop a train. Schedule your free estimate now. Logan Services.
Evan Cohen here from Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio for True Green. Are you ready to elevate your lawn game without breaking the bank? True Green has been the trusted choice for over 2 million homeowners for over 50 years. Visit TrueGreen.com and discover the easiest and affordable way to achieve a pro-level lawn guaranteed. Plus, enjoy True Green's verified price matching, ensuring you get the best lawn for the best price. Visit TrueGreen.com and transform your lawn effortlessly. That's TrueGreen.com. Your dream lawn is just around the corner.
Oh, I cracked the hull of my new ski boat today.
Oh my gosh, why'd you do that?
It's not like I was trying to do it, you know.
Sorry, that's rough. My bad, bro. Did anyone witness this epic fail?
Yes, there's videos galore, and now I'm a meme.
Accidents don't just happen in sea shanties, so Progressive Boat Insurance has you covered. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you can save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Covered